John Beltran back with Dave Urick from Moffat County High School in Craig. The captains are on the field. The Bee Diggers dressed in their road whites with the maroon pants, and Moffat County in their royal blue uniforms with white numerals. Moffat County is coached by Keith Gilley, the former Yuma head coach, assisted by Jeff Ward, Jeff Sullivan, and Dave Summers. The Bee Diggers coached by Reed Call, assisted by Dusty Quick, Aaron Quinlan, Travis Lefevre, Arturo Matos Garcia, Jeff Chassow, Kent Call, and Rick Call. The Bee Diggers finished the regular season with a 6-3 record. Moffat County at 7-2. And it's about a 40-degree temperature at game time. So, I mean, certainly a gorgeous afternoon, Dave.
Yeah, bluebird sky, and looking off to the west here from our vantage point, it's just awesome. The wind's blowing, though. It's a big flag, and there's a wind coming from the southeast.
The opening kickoff is brought to you by Buildings by Design, the experience to complete your project from start to finish. Get the quality you deserve in your building by starting your build project right. Start with Buildings by Design. The Bee Diggers will receive the opening kickoff, and Brett Lloyd will be the man to kick it off for Moffat County.
Now, he's the guy that does everything for him. He kicks, he punts, also one of their top runners.
Yeah, he's one of those four that have rushed for over 400 yards. He's number 3 on the list. The quarterback, Hildenbrand, is 4th. The top man, as we mentioned earlier, is Eddie Smersina. And Aaron Garcilazo back deep to receive, along with Clay Shaver. The Bee Diggers had a huge play on special teams last week. The block punt and return for a touchdown by Garcilazo.
Remember that onside kick last week? Moffat County's lining up the same way here to start the game with a bunch in the middle.
And the Bee Diggers nearly bit. So to kick it off once again will be Lloyd. And there's a line drive headed towards Shaver. He's got it at the 13. Stutter steps to the 20. Up the middle to the 30-yard line. He's got a seam, and he's down at about the 34, the 35. And that's where the Bee Diggers will begin their first drive of the game. We'll get to the starting lineup here momentarily, as the quarterback is Arnoldo Matos Garcia. And this is where you set the tone for the game by taking the crowd out of it, especially in a playoff game. 1st and 10 for Brush at their own 35-yard line. They're stacked in the backfield with Hirschfeld, along with Shaver and Garcilazo. There's the handoff to Shaver, running left side, back up the middle across the 35, and he bulls his way towards the 39-yard line before the hit was made. It's a gain of about 4, 2nd down and 6. The tackle was made by Hugo Hernandez, a 5'10", 185-pound junior, a gain of 4.
So Moffat County lined up with 5 guys up on the line of scrimmage, 3 linebackers, but they also walked to safety up, so packing 9 guys in the box right off the bat, trying to stop the run.
2nd down and 4 from the 39. Once again, Shaver's the deep back. Baby under center. Will pitch it left to Shaver. Has a seam to the outside of the 40-yard line across the 45. 1st down to about the 46. Some strong running along the left sideline, right in front of the Bee Digger bench. It's a gain of about 6, and a 1st down for the Bee Diggers as the starting lineup is brought to you by Equitable Savings and Loan, proud to be Northeast Colorado's locally owned hometown savings and loan in Fort Morgan, Sterling, and Brush, available 24/7 for your banking needs. Of course, they've been strong along the offensive line here lately. We gave you the position players for the most part. 1st and 10 just outside their own 45. Handoff to Garcilazo, stutter steps, and then bulls his way to about the 47. Couldn't find the seam there. Hit by the middle of that line as the tackle was made by Brady Springer. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Of course, Randy Woodward, part of that anchor of the offensive line. Tristan Volk, Raymond Miller. We mentioned Johnny Cyprian and Leo Libanos throughout the course of the season. Riggs Tan. Reed Hall, one of the tight ends with Daniel Abarca, especially when they go to that double tight end offense. 2nd down and 8 from the 47-yard line. The pitch right to Shaver. Running room to the outside of the 50. First down to the 45. Back to the middle to the 35. And then he's tackled from behind inside the 35 to the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 21 and a first down for the Beat Diggers.
Give B.J. Hirschfield credit on that one. Lead blocking out there on this right side for Shaver. He was able to seal off the first linebacker, and then he bounced out, took care of another one.
First and 10 for Brush at the 32-yard line of the Bulldogs at the opening drive of the game. 10:15 to go. Again, same formation. The Beat Diggers lined up on the right side of the field. We've seen nothing but run. No exception here. An awkward handoff to Shaver, and he's down after about a gain of 1. Looked like a collision between the quarterback and the running back. Wasn't a smooth handoff, so just to get a yard on the play was an accomplishment. 2nd and 9.
Yeah, Shaver and Garcilaso ran into each other there in the backfield and caused a little mess up in the timing. One thing we can talk about is this Moffat County defense already changing up. That we've seen a 5-3, we've seen a 6 front, a 7 front, and now that last time they were in a 4-3 defense.
2nd down and 9 at the 31 with the Beat Diggers threatening. Baby is going to hand it off to Shaver running left. He's got maybe a yard to the 30. Tried to take it to the outside and then back to the inside, but he was met there by a bevy of Bulldogs, including Mackenzie Klimper, a sophomore, middle linebacker at 6'1", 180. It's 3rd down and 8 after a gain of 1. Here comes the 7th play of the drive coming up for Brush.
Yeah, it looked like the Diggers 2 plays in a row. They're a little bit confused as far as what their jobs were. Have to settle down in this 4-down territory.
3rd down and 8 from the 30. We played over 3 minutes in the state playoff game from Craig. In motion to the left is Peterson. Baby under center. Is going to pitch it left to Shaver. Stutter steps back to the inside. First down along the sideline. He fumbles the ball, but then it's falled upon at about the 19-yard line. So it's a gain of 11, but the last 2 plays were very odd. One a collision, the other one an easy first down, but then nearly a giveaway at the end. Nonetheless, the Beat Diggers retained possession of the football.
Yeah, nobody touched Shaver. Nobody had a hand on him. As a matter of fact, nobody was within a couple of yards of him. He just dropped the ball. He was as he was running. I'm not sure he'd have made it in the end zone, but he had to definitely dive backward to pick the ball up.
Yeah, I think what happens there is that you sometimes try to transition and go from one hand to the other. I don't know if that was happening there, but it looks like Moffat County's called a timeout with 8:37 to go in the opening quarter, as they had played well the previous 2 plays, but then the Beat Diggers ran a perfect play there, and Reed Call seems to have the knack for calling the right play at the right time.
Oh, he sure does. That's something he's always been good at. That just goes to show why he's won a couple of titles and been able to put this team together this year. Come out here right off the bat and shock the Bulldogs.
1st and 10 for the Beat Diggers at the 19-yard line of Moffat County. This drive began at their own 35-yard line. Baby is out of the shotgun. Awaiting the snap, man in motion. He'll take the football himself. Up the left side of the 15, still on his feet. And then he runs into some Bulldogs inside the 15 to the 14. But it's a gain of 5 or close to 5. 2nd down and 4. Or 2nd and 5, I should say, at the 14-yard line.
This gave Moffat County a dose of what our double wing looks like as we tried that quick fly end around and a fake. And, he had the blockers out there, but you got to give Moffat County some credit. Their linebackers were able to close in very quickly. Keenan
Hildebrandt was in on the hit. 2nd down and 5, now under center with 3 in the backfield at the 14-yard line of Moffat County. Matos Garcia turns, hands it off to Shaver, running left side of the 10. First down, and he spins towards the 5. 1st and goal for the Beat Diggers. He might have gotten only to the 6, but it's still a gain of 8 for Clay Shaver.
53 yards now, 7 carries for Shaver. Real reminiscent of what his games looked like at the beginning of the season.
The ball's resting at the 6-yard line. 1st and goal for Brush, right up to the line of scrimmage without a huddle. Once again, Shaver's the deep back. The handoff to Shaver, up the left side, inside the 5, towards the goal line, and he's in for a touchdown. Just across the goal line was Clay Shaver from 6 yards out, and the Beat Diggers grab the early lead in Craig. It's 6-0.
2 plays in a row, Coach Call comes out with that unbalanced line. We have that extra blocker over on the right side. And both of those last 2 plays, they ran to the weak side, just leading with our running backs.
Masterful drive for the Beat Diggers. Here comes the all-important extra point to be attempted by Jaron Peterson. Off the hole, the Baby. Good snap. The kick is up, and that one is good. The timing was way off. But nonetheless, it got through. 7:36 to go in the opening quarter. It's Brush 7, Moffat County nothing. You're listening to Brush Beat Digger football right here on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Tremendous drive for Brush. 65 yards in over 5 minutes. 5:16 to be exact. Shaver gets into the end zone. Garcilaso with a booming kick. Backed up Lloyd. Fields the ball after dropping it at the 3. Stutter steps to the 10-yard line. Slips out of a tackle and still on his feet. The Beat Diggers tackling high across the 20 to the 22. Not a good sign for Brush there. Could have had him back at around the 10. Instead, it's a 19-yard return. And Moffat County will have the football just past their 20-yard line.
Lloyd was very confident. He tried to over-the-shoulder catch. He drops it. He basically walked back to pick the ball up, and we had a shot to tackle him right there, but he just shrugged that off and stepped through it and picked up those extra yards and showed that he has a lot of strength.
1st and 10 for Moffat County at their own 22. Lloyd in motion out of the double wing, and I don't know if he dropped the football, but he's going to be thrown for a loss. He stumbled back there off the pitch to his right, and he's thrown back at the 20. Looks like a loss of 2. 2nd down and 12 to go. Very awkward play there for Moffat County.
They went with that end around, so they have the 2 slot backs that are lined up just outside the tight ends. They brought Lloyd, who is on the slot on the left side. They brought him in motion around the back of the fullback. They pitched him the ball, but Randy Woodward was right there to take him on and make the tackle.
2nd down and 12 for the Bulldogs at their own 20-yard line. The Beat Diggers with a 7-0 lead after a 10-play drive that covered 65 yards in 5:16. Under center is Hildenbrandt. Rolling to his left. Pressure coming. He's going to be thrown down for a sack. Coming right through the middle was Baby Maltos Garcia and thrown for a 10-yard sack back to the 10. He was untouched. It's 3rd and 22.
That was reminiscent of the Broncos. Holy cow, we had pressure coming from the outside, and the Diggers, they didn't hide anything. They ran up there. They got up to the A-gap before the ball was ever snapped, shot through there, and they tackled Hildebrandt before he had a chance to turn his hips and throw the ball.
Yeah, that was crazy. Baby got back there, and Hildebrandt looked up, and he was already on top of him. Under center, 3rd down and 22 from the 10. This will be a handoff running just right to Smersina. He's got some running room up the right side across the 20-yard line, and he's got some positive yardage short of a 1st down. Let's see where they mark him. Moffat County will have to punt all the way to the 25, so it's a gain of 15. The Beat Diggers were playing it safe there before the hit was made along that far sideline. It'll be 4th down and 7 to go for the Bulldogs.
Well, like you've said so many times, you got to watch out for those big players. They're guns, and Smersina showed right there why he has so many yards this season. He got around the end and showed a lot of speed and just ran past Digger tacklers.
Brett Lloyd to punt, standing at his own 14. Couple of Beat Diggers, Matos Garcia and Shaver at their own 41, and Matos Garcia has it at the 44. Running room to the outside of the 50. Breaks a tackle at the 45, and he's out of bounds at the 41. It's a return of close to 18 yards, and Brush has outstanding field position with 5:52 to go in the first quarter in Moffat County territory.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Maltos just did a really good job running up on that. The kick looked like it was going to be long, but it was into the wind, and I think it just fell short, and he ended up catching that at waist level or a little bit lower, and he was able to take off running. He outran the first kid from Moffat County who overran the play and eventually got ran out of bounds.
1st and 10 for the Beat Diggers at the Moffat County 41, leading 7-0 on their second drive of the game. 3 in the backfield, all side by side. Which one will get the football? As Baby turns and hands it off to Shaver at the 35 and the counter to the 30. Breaks out of a tackle, slips it to the inside of the 26. It's a gain of 15 before Shaver is tackled. And the Beat Diggers looking good here on their second drive, just as they did on their first.
Brush showing a little bit of the old 30 series look where Baby actually bootlegged to the right after he handed the ball off to Shaver. A bunch of the Bulldogs followed Maltos Garcia.
Gain of 15, as I mentioned. John Perulis, a freshman, made the tackle. 1st and 10 for the Beat Diggers at the 26-yard line of the Bulldogs. Again, side by side with 3 in the backfield. There's the handoff on the inside, and that looks like that is Hirschfeld. It's a gain of about 3. Make it, or is that Garcilaso instead? They were right next to each other. Yeah, Garcilaso got the carry to the 22. It's actually a gain of 4, 2nd down and 6 to go for the Beat Diggers.
You know, the Diggers just charging ahead, and you watch that line of scrimmage, and Moffat County's tried a whole bunch of different front looks on the defensive line, and it hasn't confused the offensive line of the Diggers at all.
2nd down and 6 for the Beat Diggers at the 22-yard line of the Bulldogs. 2 yards away from being in the red zone once again. And there's the counter to Shaver to the 20, back to the inside, and he carries defenders and spins to the 15, or towards the 15, close to a first down as they stop the clock, which would indicate a first down right at the 16, and it's a gain of 6. They might have to measure, but nonetheless, Clay Shaver continuing to move the ball in the right direction.
You know, and there again, we lined up in that unbalance on the right side and ran it back over to the weak side again, and that crossbuck action is just really giving the Bulldogs fits.
Dave, even better. It's 3rd and inches for Brush at the 16, so it was 4-down territory to begin with, but now they have their pick of the litter, so to speak. With 4.5 to go in the opening quarter, Brush leads Moffat County 7-0. 3rd and inches from the 16. Baby hands off to Shaver. First down to the 15. Back to the middle to the 10. Baby still on his feet. Baby scores! Check that. Shaver scores 16 yards away. And the Beat Diggers now lead by a score of 13-0. Clay Shaver with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
Just a huge run there. That time, not trying to trick anybody, running that power eye right behind the bulk of that offensive line in its unbalanced form. And Shaver broke some tackles, but some real good blocking by that offensive line, led by Ray Miller, Randy Woodward, and Daniel Albarca.
Now the extra point to be attempted by Jaron Peterson once again. And Brushes look like a machine on offense so far. Awaiting the snap. Perfect snap. The kick is up, and he booms that football, and it is right inside the left upright. It's good. 4:23 to go. First quarter, Brush 14, Moffat County nothing. On your home of the defending state champions, 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Beat Diggers with a 14-0 lead on the Bulldogs of Moffat County. A shorter drive that time, 41 yards in a minute 29. Shaver scored from 16 yards out. And there's no doubt the Beat Diggers are feeding off the momentum they established in last week's victory over Eaton. Long kick bounces at the 3, picked up at the 1 by Lloyd. Stutter stepping up the middle to the 20-yard line, running into Beat Diggers and running by Beat Diggers across the 20 to the 25. Got to improve the tackling on special teams, though. Looked very shaky the first 2 returns by Brett Lloyd.
Brett Lloyd is so confident. You know, again, he was just kind of nonchalant about catching the ball there on the 1, but he takes off running right up the middle, just lowering his shoulder like he's trying to find Beat Diggers to run over. If I was Garcilaso, I'd start thinking about kicking it to the other deep man, Kincaid, and maybe keep it away from Lloyd.
Moffat County with a football at their own 20-yard line. 1st and 10. Hildebrandt under center. And there's the give to the first back through across the 20 to the 24 is Lloyd. It's a gain of 4 before he was tackled by Baby Matos Garcia. 2nd down and 6, and Moffat County is going without a huddle.
You know, they have those armbands on their wrist, and the coaches give them the signal. They all look at their wrist and line up.
2nd down and 6 for the 24. No passes have been attempted so far in the opening quarter by either side. And this will be a give up the middle. First down, but there's a flag down across the 30 to the 32 for Lloyd. A gain of 8, but I think a Beat Digger was held and thrown down.
You know, we were having a blitz with Maltos Garcia over on the left side in that B gap, and I'm afraid they threw the flag right in that general area as one of those linemen from Moffat County had to reach out to stop him.
It was a chop block called against Moffat County, so that's a big penalty. By the way, that first touchdown by Clay Shaver, the 6-yard run, brought to you by MMI International and buying a mixer feeder truck. Nothing compares to the MMI design, craftsmanship, and service. Your operation deserves the best. MMI continually outperforms hands down, and they are not afraid to stand behind their product. 842-5161, MMI International. Look at this, Dave. The ball is all the way back to the 15-yard line. So now we're looking at a 2nd down and 15 to go for Moffat County, and they're not a passing team.
No, but they got Smersina. He's already carried the ball one time for 15 yards. Brush is really going to have to keep an eye on that kid.
Without a doubt, because if not, he can break a big one with 3:29 to go, second quarter. Brush 14, Moffat County nothing. Quick throw out to the left, caught underneath at the 20-yard line, and across the 20 to the 25. Peterson makes the tackle. Dylan Kincaid with a catch, and he's a big kid as well. That's a gain of about 10, close to 11. Yeah, we'll give him 11. Third down, and we'll check that. Let's see. Now, the original line of scrimmage was the 25 before that. So it is a gain of 11, but it's 3rd and 9.
Colin Cole flew up there from his corner position, was the first one to put a pad on him.
Yep, 3rd and 9. That was actually a 2nd and 20. Smersina handoff right side, swings it to the outside, and he's short of a first down, tackled at the 34 by Shaver. Needed to get to the 35. It's a gain of 8. And they're going to be going for it here. 4th and 1 for the 34. Inside of 2.5 minutes to go in the first.
2 series in a row they go with Smersina to pick up that first down. And like I said, the defensive end on that side that Mersina runs to, he's going to have to get across the line and force him to give up some ground before he turns the corner.
4th and 1 from their own 34. Hildenbrand is out of the shotgun. Smersina in motion. Handoff, Smersina! He's going to get hit in the backfield and taken down by Hirschfeld. Oh, the Bee Diggers came on the blitz and threw him down for about a 3-yard loss. Back to the 31, and Brush takes over downs.
Well, great play there by Hirschfeld. Could end up being the play of the game. Shot through on his line, or from his linebacker position on that blitz over on the left side. Caught him before he ever had a chance to get ahead of steam up.
Bee Diggers will have it officially at the 32 after an official loss of 2 yards. Yeah, I guess I'm surprised that they went out of the gun there.
You know, I'll tell you what, they're trying to run that double wing, but I think they just think they can get him out in the open, and he's going to be able to bust one loose. And, you know, there's no doubt he can, because he's definitely got the speed to do it. Brush guessed right on that blitz. 1st and
10 for the Bee Diggers at the Moffat County 32. Second consecutive possession that the Bee Diggers have started off in Bulldogs territory. 3 in the backfield. Baby turns and is going to hand it off. Now he's going to throw the football deep. Wide open. It's Hirschfeld. He's got it at the 10, and he's down inside the 5. A perfect fake down to the 2. It's a gain of 30. 1st and goal for the Bee Diggers. And Hirschfeld is down. He's not getting up.
What a great job with those fakes in the backfield. The Bulldogs were looking run that whole time. Maltos rolls out to the right side. He actually underthrows him a little bit. Hirschfeld did a good job of holding up and making his way back to the ball.
And Hirschfeld, I think he got the wind knocked out of him. That's all that it was. I thought Baby had faked it, but then I saw Shaver running like he had the ball, and it was so deceptive, not only obviously from here, but on the field as well, because Hirschfeld was open by probably 6 or 7 yards, and as you mentioned, since it was underthrown, he didn't score, but he still was able to gain an additional 7 or 8 yards to get to the 2-yard line.
Right. If Maltos hits him on the numbers, Hirschfeld walks into the end zone. Coach Call's doing a great job of mixing things up.
We got 2:02 to go in the opening quarter, still being attended as B.J. Hirschfeld, who has just made 2 outstanding plays in a row. Serving area bean grower since 1921, Trinidad Benham at 522-3595 for all your dry bean needs. And, of course, the Brush Grocery Cart, another outstanding sponsor. Brush Bee Digger Sports Grocery, Meat, and Fresh Deli Counters, Floral, Pharmacy, Western Union. They've got it all. Public service payments and 24-hour gas. Your one-stop shop, 1302 West Edison Street in Brush. So Hirschfeld being assisted off the field, but he'll be back in the game. He just needs a breather after that exchange there. It'll be 1st and goal for the Bee Diggers at a 2-yard line. Still in the opening quarter, leading by 2 touchdowns. And you would think here, Dave, that they're going to make it 3 for 3 for Clay Shaver.
Yeah, I can't believe they're not just going to hand it to Shaver and let him just power straight ahead with the football and try to get this over with in a hurry.
Garcilaso and Jaron Peterson are in front of Shaver. 1st and goal for the 2. Handoff Shaver, left side, and he backs his way into the end zone. Are they going to say he's down at literally at the goal line? Boy, I thought he got across. I mean, that ball, the nose of the football is going to be, it's going to be inside the 1, just a gain of 1. That was deceptive from this vantage point. It'll be 2nd down and goal. But I think you go with the same thing. I mean, Shaver hasn't been held to 0 or less than that.
Either that or you goose and go. they'll have to just step up to the line of scrimmage and see if Moffat County has that center covered or not.
On 2nd and goal from the 1, quarterback sneak, and Baby scores. Maltos Garcia makes it 20-0 Bee Diggers with 1:10 to go in the opening quarter.
Yeah, Maltos Garcia stepped up behind the center. You saw him set his feet in a staggered stance. He looked to see where that nose guard was. The nose guard was on Maltos Garcia's left side. Garcia dove the A-gap on the right side.
Maltos Garcia with a touchdown. And now the Bee Diggers to attempt the extra point. Their shortest drive of the game so far, 32 yards in 1:01. And Jaron Peterson tries to make it 3 for 3 with a PATs. Perfect snap. The kick is up. He booms that football, and it is good. We have 1:10 to go. First quarter in the 2A state playoffs from Craig. Brush 21, Moffat County nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Bee Diggers with a 21-0 lead on the Bulldogs. And to kick it off will be Aaron Garcilazo. This one is not as deep. It'll be fielded by Kincaid at the 6. Straight ahead to the 10. There's the handoff, and the ball is dropped and then picked up and down right at the 16-yard line is the Moffat County Bulldog who the ball was handed off to. And the Bee Diggers were able to make the play, so that trickery did not work out. That might have been Lloyd who got the ball, and now Moffat County pinned back deep in their own territory.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, if that reverse would have worked, if they wouldn't have dropped the ball there, it was going to be wide open because our guys that were out here, the headers that are supposed to have containment on that kickoff, they all left their lanes and they were all headed west to make the tackle there. It was going to be wide open for them.
Better to be lucky than good at times, and that was one of them for the Bee Diggers. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. That double wing formation. Hildebrand is under center. And Hildebrand will take off with the football up the middle, runs into Bee Diggers. Big and strong Hildebrand bulls his way to the 20-yard line for a gain of 5. Gang tackling there by the Bee Diggers, 2nd down and 5. And getting up off the bottom of the pile was Reed Hall as Aaron Williams checks in for the limping Aaron Garcilazo. And hopefully that's just a slight limp. Doesn't look good from here, but hopefully just got stepped on. 33 seconds to go in the first. 2nd down and 5 for Moffat County at their own 20-yard line. They go without a huddle. Hildebrand with Mercina in motion. Is going to hand it off right up the middle and across the 20 to the 22 as the tackle's made by Hall. On the carry there, I believe that was Hadley, Shandon Hadley, with his first carry of the game. That's the end of the opening quarter, unless they can run another play. I mean, they're right up to the line of scrimmage, but there's only 4 seconds to go. And I think, they're going to concede the first quarter. Brush 21, Moffat County nothing. You're listening to the Class 2A state playoffs on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 21-0, Brush leads Moffat County beginning the second quarter. I'm John Beltran with Dave Urich from Moffat County High School in Craig. Dave, the Bee Diggers played their best game of the season last week and maybe their best quarter of the season today.
Yeah, they are virtually unstoppable offensively. The big ticket is defensively. Moffat County shot themselves in the foot with the fumble and dropping the ball a couple times, and then a penalty. But they were able to show their best and weren't able to come up with the first down.
Right, on a 4th and 1 from their own 34, a big risk, and it did not pay off. Here it's a 3rd and 2 from their own 22-yard line. Hildebrand had trouble with the snap, back to throw, throws along the sideline, it's complete to Smersina, and that's a first down to Eddie Smersina across the 35 towards the 39, maybe the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and the Bulldogs keep the drive alive.
Yep, 2 for 2. They've thrown 1 for 11, another 1 for 16, and the Diggers had to respect that run because they come out of the double tight with the double wing, and that's a running offensive set. Just caught us off guard. 1st
and 10 at the 38-yard line. The handoff right up the middle. Big hole for Lloyd across the 45. First down to the 49. Grabbed around the ankle by Ben Brown, but it's a gain of close to 12. And that's 2 consecutive plays that have earned them double-digit yardage.
Yeah, they just did a good job that time faking it to Smersina, and he's the one that scared us a couple times. They faked it to him and then handed it off to Lloyd up the middle. Diggers fell for it.
First and 10, and Lloyd is hurting back there. He's just getting up to the line of scrimmage at the 50. Hand off to the deep back, Hadley running left. He's got a couple of yards maybe across the 50 to the 48-yard line. Nice job by the right side of the Beat Digger defensive line. Tristan Volk made the hit. 2nd down and 8 to go, and neither team is getting into a huddle, which is just going to maximize the number of plays in this football game.
Right, and I'll tell you what, it's going to tire our defense out a little bit, so we're not used to having teams come out and be such quick hitters against us.
2nd down and 8 for the Beat Digger 48. Moffat County trails 21-0. Nearly a minute expired in the second quarter. Hand off to Lloyd, but a flag is down. There was movement along the offensive line that should be against Moffat County for that false start, making it 2nd down and 13, and that's the preliminary indication. High Plains Bank offers a wide variety of products that can be customized to fit your individual needs. See what over a century of customer service can do for you at High Plains Bank in Wiggins. And, of course, Willow Coffee, Tea, and Smoothies and G Sweets Bakery. Try a new breakfast bowl or delicious breakfast burrito with your Willow Coffee or tea. Open 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, Saturday 7 until 4 at 921 Edison Street in Brush. 2nd and 13 from their own 47. Hildebrand under center is going to roll to his right. Wants to throw wide open as Hadley throws it left. It's incomplete. Incomplete underneath to Kern Gerber, but let me tell you, Hadley on this sideline, the right sideline, as opposed to the left where he threw, had Jaron Peterson beat by 4 or 5 yards.
Oh, yeah, and Kern Gerber had Ben Brown beat on the other side by 4 or 5 yards. Part of that's because our corners are giving them so much cushion, but also because, we're expecting the run.
And watch out, they could go with Smersino on the run here. 4-down territory, trailing 21-0. 3rd and 13 from their 47. And Hildebrand drops the football, then falls on it back at the 45 for a loss of 2. Keep in mind, it's a very dry day here. And the field is in very good condition. That shouldn't be an issue whatsoever. I think that was just a mishandled snap by the quarterback, and now it is a punting situation on 4th and 15.
Well, quarterback wears gloves. I don't know if you believe in that at home or not, but he's taking the gloves off now and putting them in his pocket.
Brett Lloyd to punt, waiting at his own 32-yard line. Clay Shaver, the returner, at his own 16. On 4th and 15. There's the snap. Heavy rush. He gets it off end over end. Ball's headed towards the sideline. It's out of bounds. Excellent punt there by Lloyd. He did not allow Shaver to return it. At about the 20-yard line. A 33-yard punt with no return, and the Beat Diggers have their 4th possession at their own 20, which is their worst starting field position. But then again, they were in Moffat County field position here for a while in the first quarter.
It feels different when your back's closer to the goal line, your own goal line. So we'll have to see how the Diggers react to that and see how that affects Coach Call's play calling.
Well, it'll just take longer to score a touchdown unless Shaver can rip off an 80-yarder right here. Shaver's got 2 touchdowns and Baby has got 1. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. There's the pitch left to Shaver. Looks for a seam. He's got a man to beat to the outside. Cannot do it. He's going to be thrown down right at the line of scrimmage. All types of penetration there from the Bulldogs. No gain. Hugo Hernandez was the first man in on the hit. 2nd down and 10 to go for Brush.
I was gonna say that was the perfect play call for the defense that was out there because they were blitzing their linebacker on the outside on this side between our tight end and our tackle. If we could have got out and turned the corner, we had them. But our guys weren't able to hold on to those blocks long enough and keep that pursuit from sealing Shaver off.
2nd down and 10 for the 20. Baby's out of a shotgun. Already completed a 30-yard pass on the previous drive. Garcilaso's in motion to the right. Matos Garcia throws to his right. Pass is caught along the right sideline by Shaver. Swings it to the 25-yard line, back to the inside, and he's going to be taken out of bounds. Very close to a first down. Looks like he's just short at the 29, but that was a quick hitting play on that screen out in the flat to Shaver. And the official gain is 9, 3rd down and 1, and now the Beat Diggers can run the play of their choice.
That took a lot of touch for Maltos because he had to throw it so fast and get it right over the top of the defensive end's arms.
But he's got a very compact delivery, which makes it that much easier. Under center is Baby. 3rd and 1 for the 29. Handoff Shaver. First down across the 35 towards the sideline. Running room to the 50. Shaver is going to be taken out of bounds into Moffat County territory. after another sizable run, this one all the way to the 40-yard line. And that would be a gain of 31 for Clay Shaver.
129 yards now on 14 carries for Shaver. Just having a whale of a game behind the blocking that time of Randy Woodward, Daniel Abarca, and Ray Miller over here on this right side.
1st and 10 for the Bee Diggers, once again in Moffat County territory. At the 40-yard line, 8:35 to go second quarter. Brush 21, Moffat County nothing. Shavers in motion to the left. Baby on the handoff to Garcilazo up the right side, and he's got some yardage inside the 35 towards the 33, maybe the 32. As he just ran right into the teeth of that Moffat County defense, and he gained 8.
Yeah, he just brings that size element. He has some speed and a lot of athletic ability. We can all see that. But when you bring that size and that power, that changes the game.
2nd and 2 for the Bee Diggers at the 32-yard line. This has been execution at its best for the Bee Diggers. Matos Garcia will hand it off to Hirschfeld. Off right tackle, first down. Has the sideline to the 20. Hirschfeld still on his feet, and he's taken out of bounds. But it's all the way down to the 11. If it's at the 11, it's a gain of 21. And the Bee Diggers are in the red zone and just outside of the 10-yard line. Another first down for Brush.
Well, Moffat County's doing what they have to do. They're blitzing guys, and that time they sent 3 guys in between our guards, plus the couple of defensive linemen that are there. And so once he broke through that initial surge of defense, there was nobody left to make the tackle.
1st and 10 for the Bee Diggers. They're at the 12 officially. Let's see if this goes to Shaver. No, Matos Garcia on the option, fakes the pitch. He's to the 5, cuts it back to the inside, and then he's down. There's a late flag, and that could bring it back. It does. It's a hold against the Bee Diggers, and now they're going to be in a hole there with about a 1st and 20-something, because I think that hold was either at or just behind the line of scrimmage on that fake option there or the fake pitch on the option by Baby.
Right, we had a guy out there lead blocking on that corner, and that guy was coming up. Once Maltos decided to keep it, that kid headed back upfield to try to make the tackle, and it forced our guy into holding, and just a bad play.
Wow, that's a 13-yard penalty. Goes all the way back to the 25. 1st and 23. They've got to get to the 2. But they've had gains of 21 and 31 in this drive, so who's to think that they can't pull it out? With 7:45 to go second quarter, and the Bee Diggers have scored in their first 3 drives in this opening round 2A playoff game, leading 21-0. 2 receivers split out left and right. Shaver to the right of Baby, who's in the shotgun. Has the football, fakes it, takes off with the football to the 20, up the middle of the 15. Baby to the 10, nobody in front of him, he scores! Baby goes the distance! Baby goes 25 yards, his second touchdown of the game. And the Bee Diggers lead Moffat County 27-0.
Quarterback draw. Everybody thought it was going to be that end around. Everybody was expecting the Diggers to try to take it outside. That offensive line again over there on the right side behind Labanos, Miller, Woodward, and Albarca doing the job and opening up a nice hole there for Maltos Garcia.
The extra point to be attempted by Peterson. Only a 6-play drive. Peterson has made all his extra points. This time he's kicking on the other end. And there was movement. A Barca move, but so did a defensive lineman for Moffat County. They're going to say it was offsides.
Yeah, I think that kid actually shoved Albarca backward. That's what caused him to move.
And Reed Call is usually one that even an offside, he will not go for 2. He'll keep Peterson out there to attempt the extra point.
Yeah, he plays those percentages. You don't see him taking a lot of chances right there. If he thinks he can get that guaranteed PAT, he goes for it.
Well, and he's been money so far for Jaron Peterson. Off the hold once again of Arnoldo Maltos Garcia. Peterson measuring it out, awaiting the snap. There it is. The kick is up. And the kick is good, just inside the left upright. 7 minutes, 37 seconds to go, second quarter. It's Brush 28, Moffat County nothing. This is 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Bee Diggers have been as consistent as our bumper music. 28-0 is the lead for Brush. 6 plays, 80 yards in 2 minutes and 32 seconds. Baby Matos Garcia with a second touchdown of the game. It came from 25 yards out, and Aaron Garcilaso will kick it off for Brush. An amazing performance by the Bee Diggers. This is an 8-9 game. Oh, and he slipped, but he still booms that football deep. Fielded by Kincaid at the 2. Backpedals to the 10-yard line, to the 15, up the middle, slips out of a tackle, across the 20, and then the ball is loose, or is he down? Yeah, he's down at about the 26-yard line. Players were flying in one direction as if the ball was fumbled.
Well, we thought we had him tackled. A lot of kids quit. He kept his feet, jerked his ankle out of one guy's hold, and took off running again.
Moffat County has the football at their own 26-yard line. And they are 0 for 3 in terms of drives and scoring on those drives. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Hildebrand is going to roll to his left. Heave it up the left sideline, and that's going to be way out of bounds. Holy mahungus. 5 yards out of bounds intended for Dylan Kincaid, but the brush coverage by Jaron Peterson was outstanding.
Yeah, he was right there, and he watched the ball. He was watching the receiver as he was running down the sideline, and he looked back for the ball. As soon as he saw how far it was thrown out of bounds, he just started pulling the brakes.
2nd down and 10 to go for the Bulldogs.
The Diggers were anticipating a dive right up the middle. That last play, they had their defensive lineman eagled down in that 5 front that they're running.
The Bee Diggers won last year 49-7 in the opening round, and putting together as dominant, if not more dominant, than 1 year ago. And this time they're doing it in Craig. 2nd down and 10 for Moffat County at their own 28-yard line. Hildenbrand under center is going to hand it off up the middle to Hadley. Breaks out of a tackle, and he's across the 25 to the 30 to the 31 before he was tackled there. A gain of 6. Tristan Volk was around the football along with Ben Brown. It'll be 3rd down at about 4.
Again, defensive line was eagled down with the guy covering the center, and 2 tackles were eagled down over the guard, and that just left us a defensive end out here, and they were able to get that misdirection going to where our linebacker wasn't able to make the tackle.
3rd and about 4 from the 32. And Hildebrand this time, option left, and the ball is lost, and the Bee Diggers think Shaver has it. He does. The ball was popped out of his hands, and Shaver has it inside the 35-yard line to the 33 of Moffat County.
The ball just popped straight up in the air. It was one of those, I don't know if it was because our kid reached in there and touched it, or if somebody bumped into him, or maybe it just came off his knee. At any rate, Shaver almost caught the ball in the air and took off running with it. I think he was shocked that it hit him in the belly.
Well, it hit him in the belly, and he dropped it, then he fell on it because it was that. In fact, I think had he held on to it, Dave, he might have been able to score.
Yeah, if he would have known it was coming.
1st and 10 for the Bee Diggers at the 33 of Moffat County. Shaver is in motion to the right. Baby back to throw. Up the middle. Wide open is Hirschfeld. He's got it to 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Hirschfeld. Oh, on a quick hitter. And the Bee Diggers have scored 5 touchdowns in the opening half, and now lead by a score of 34-0 from 33 yards away. Baby to BJ.
Just a great play as the Diggers ran sort of a dump like they used to do when they'd fake the run and then throw it to the slot or to the tight end right over the middle of the field. And just a beautiful pass there by Maltos and a better catch there by Hirschfeld.
Dave, looking at you, you look as stunned as I do.
No, I'm just ecstatic.
This is a playoff
great.
game.
I'm just loving it.
Oh, no. I mean, it's nothing but excitement here as the extra point by Jaron Peterson is good. We've got 6:33 still to go in the opening half, and the Bee Diggers are in the lead over Moffat County 35-0 on your home of the defending state champions, 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Off the turnover, 33-yard pass from Baby Matos Garcia to B.J. Hirschfeld. Garcilaso to kick it off high and very short. The ball is going to be caught by Kincaid, and then he handed it off to Smersina, who fumbled the ball. He picks it up, and now Smersina's got an alley to the outside, and he's tackled by Bostrom across the 20 to about the 21. But how many times has Moffat County struggled holding on to the football.
You know, they have those fancy exchanges, and that's what happens when you have a lot of meshes going on. You know, mathematics says that, you know, the odds are against you. Great job of Hunter Bostrom using his speed to get out there and tackle Smersina and use the sidelines to take him out of bounds. Hunter's one of the few guys on the team that probably has the speed to be able to handle him when he gets to the outside.
1st and 10 for Moffat County with a football at their own 22. And there's the give up the middle and running over Beat Diggers across the 30-yard line to about the 31. Looked like Brett Lloyd.
Yep.
Man, he is strong, and he's able to gain about 8 yards to the 30. 2nd down and 2 to go. And, Dave, you got to tackle him low.
Yeah, we had bear hugs on him. Jaron Peterson had him wrapped up, but he was wrapped up around the shoulder pads, and you're not going to match that kind of power.
2nd down and 2, and option left, and there's going to be a 1st down for Hildenbrandt. Across the 35 to the 37 for a gain of 7. And those are 2 positive plays for the Bulldogs, something they've been looking for now in great numbers throughout the course of the game.
Yeah, but it's taken 5 runs of Hildebrandt to make it to -2 total yards today. So the Diggers doing a great job containing him.
1st and 10 out of the no huddle at the 37-yard line. Under center's Hildenbrandt. Beat Diggers coming. And there's the handoff to the D-back, and stutter stepping is Smersina across the 45. Has got the sideline to the Beat Digger 40. With 1 to beat, it's Ben Brown to the 15, the 10, the 5, and he's gone. It's a touchdown for Eddie Smersina. 63 yards, and the Bulldogs are on the board. It's Brush 35, Moffat County 6.
Well, we've been worried about that. Smersina gets to the outside. He's able to bust things loose. That time he didn't even have to take it outside. He actually ran the play off tackle and then cut it back across the grain and just didn't have the speed to catch him.
Well, that gives Moffat County fans something to cheer about, because they have been really stymied in this opening half. Now the extra point to be attempted here by Brett Lloyd off the hold of Hildenbrandt. Low snap. The kick is up. And the kick is a boomer off to the right. He missed it. We have 5:28 to go, 2nd quarter. It's the Beat Diggers 35, the Moffat County Bulldogs 6 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Well, the Beat Diggers, Dave, cannot automatically assume that they have this game well in hand, even though they lead 35-6. You want to finish out the game because we're only in the 2nd quarter after the 63-yard run by Eddie Smersina.
Right, we better be ready right now as they're bunched up in the middle of the field in that same onside formation that Eaton was in last week when they recovered an onside against us. This time the Diggers reception team, they're out there all bunched up in the middle, and we got some hands team guys up there within 5 yards, so we were ready for it.
Yeah, the Beat Diggers now know what to expect after last week. Brett Lloyd, let's see if he does kick it off or he squibs it or something different. Oh, it's a low line drive fielded by Peterson at the 26. Beat Diggers will have good field position to the 35, to the outside of the 40, and Peterson's out of bounds. And he's out of bounds at the 41. That's very good field position for Brush. Still with 5:23 to go here in the opening half. And Brush up by 29.
Yeah, Peterson made a nice catch on that as the ball bounced and it almost went over his head, but he jumped up, caught it with 2 hands above his helmet, and came down with it, and he kind of jogged it first because it was so close to that front line. He had to give his blockers a chance to make the block before he made his decision which way he was going to go.
Baby's under center. He's got 2 touchdown runs and a touchdown pass. 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. And there's the give to Hirschfeld running right towards the sideline. He breaks out of a tackle, still on his feet, across the 50 into Moffat County territory. And it's a 1st down for the Beat Diggers at the 47. It's a gain of 12 for B.J. Hirschfeld.
So Hirschfeld's got 33 yards on the ground in 2 carries, 73 yards in the air on 2 receptions. Definitely the all-purpose offensive player so far for Brush.
1st and 10 just inside the 48-yard line of Moffat County. The Beat Diggers have scored on 5 possessions. Here is number 6. And there's the give on the right side on the stutter step to the 45-yard line. And I think that was that Shaver with a ball, a gain of a couple. make it 3, 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, the Diggers in no huddle, giving Moffat County a taste of their own medicine.
2nd and 7 for the 45, inside of 4:40 to go in the second. Baby will hand it off to Shavers, got the right sideline to the 35, first down to the 25-yard line, back to the middle to the 15 to 10, 5, he's gone! Shaver scores for the third time in the game. Clay Shaver from 45 yards out. And the Bee Diggers now lead by a score of 41-6.
So Shaver's got 177 yards on 16 carries. And, again, he just ran the same play they ran before that Hirschfeld ran, and he took it to the sideline. When he had the chance to break a tackle, he cuts it back across the grain, and Moffat County just didn't have anybody fast enough to catch him.
Now the extra point to be attempted by Peterson, a 3-play drive that, again, was very brief. Took less than a minute. The extra point by Peterson is up, and he barely kicked that football. I think it's off to the right. It is. He must be tired out there. We've got 4:29 to go, second quarter, and the Bee Diggers now lead Moffat County 41-6 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Bee Diggers have scored 6 times. 41-6, a drive that took less than a minute. Clay Shaver with his third touchdown of the game from 45 yards out. The PAT was no good. But now you got to get it done on defense because they allowed a 63-yard touchdown run to Eddie Smersina on the previous time. Low-line drive, and it'll be fielded by Lloyd at the 11, running to his left to the 15, across the 20, back to the middle to the 26. Then he is hit hard, and that was Daniel Abadka. And he was like a wall. Him and Lloyd colliding, that looked like something that should take place in a freeway.
Yeah, that was a Christian Okoye, Steve Atwater kind of hit.
Apologies. I'll apologize for Dave for leaving Ronnie Lott out of the mix there. That guy could hit, too.
Oh, he could hit.
1st and 10 at the 28.
I was talking about the hit heard around the world.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. 1st and 10. Hildenbrand under center. Going to hand it off to Smersina, running to his left. He's going to be thrown for a loss. Woodward, Matos Garcia, and Reed Hall made the play. They might give him the line of scrimmage. But it looked like he was thrown back. It'll be 2nd down, and we'll call it 10.
Moffat County getting fancy, trying to fake those pitches and trying to get that misdirection going, when really what was working for him is just to hand the ball to Smersina.
2nd down and 10 for the 28. Hildebrand to throw up the left sideline. The pass is going to be caught! Oh, Kincaid with a catch. The Bee Diggers thought he pushed off. He had position on Ben Brown. Ben Brown had decent position, but it was the height that got him and checked that. It's a 1st down, and out there was actually Colin Cole. So that was a tremendous play and a gain of 37.
Colin had very good coverage. He was with him step for step. He actually jumped up to catch the ball, but, Kincaid's got him by about a foot in height.
1st down and 10 from the 35. Smersina in motion. It's a pass out in the right flat, caught at the 35-yard line, breaking a tackle down the sideline and out of bounds as Gunnar Guzman takes out Kern Gerber. Another big gainer and a 1st down for Moffat County. Let's see what they give him because, he got to the, 15-yard line. And it's a gain of 22. 2 passes earned 59 yards from the 15. Hildebrand right up the middle, takes the football inside the 10 to the 5, 1st and goal at the 3. A quarterback keeper gains 12 yards. Man, and the Bee Diggers are starting to allow as many yards here in the last couple of drives that they've actually gained offensively.
Yeah, the whole game. The Moffat County Bulldogs just picking on some underclassmen out there in the corner positions and taking advantage of mismatches in size.
Good timeout call by Reed Call, brought to you by State Farm Insurance. When you're looking for someone to walk you through the insurance world, turn to the office of Greg Mullen and Brush. Home, auto, life, and health. State Farm Insurance is there for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call at 842-4555. This is 1010 KSIR, Brush, Fort Morgan, Greeley, and on the World Wide Web at KSIR.com. I'm John Beltran with Dave Urich. Keep in mind, if you're listening live, that after this game from 3:30 to 5, it'll be the Colorado Prep Scoreboard Show with Kevin Schaefer, and then Bee Digger Replay coming up at 5 o'clock. So that's the schedule for today during this playoff Saturday, where the Bee Diggers have a 41-6 lead with 3:31 to go in the second quarter. That's not a misread, as the Bee Diggers have been incredible on offense and very good on defense until the last couple of drives here.
Yeah, but Moffat County came out throwing the ball, and that's not something we expected.
First and goal for Moffat County at the 3-yard line. Looking for their second touchdown in as many possessions. Right behind Hildenbrand is Brett Lloyd. In motion is Hadley. Handoff to Hadley off left tackle, and he drives towards the goal line. And is he in or is he? Yep, just across the goal line for a touchdown from 3 yards out is Shandon Hadley. And it's now Brush 41, Moffat County 12. Now let's see, I think they're going to go for 2.
You know, Brush, to counteract that passing attack, just going to have to do a better job of making tackles. That big run that they were able to get with Gerber, that was actually just a screen pass out here to him. And he just made a play on our corner. Our corner left his feet, kind of dove at him, and wasn't able to make that open field tackle.
Quarterback keeper Hildenbrand dives, and he's in for the 2-point conversion. 3:28 remaining in quarter number 2 in this 2A state playoff game. It's Brush 41, Moffat County 14. This is 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Well, Moffat County has scored again, and the lead for the Bee Diggers is 41-14. Certainly can't rest on your laurels, and you wonder if that Bee Digger defense, I wouldn't say they've relaxed a little bit. I mean, Moffat County's got some offensive talent. There's no question about it.
Yeah, they just changed their attack. You know, they came out throwing the ball. We haven't seen that. We really haven't seen people throw the long ball against us like they did on that other play over there to Kern. They almost came out with that onside kick again.
At some point, they're going to have to do it because they can't stop Brush. By the way, that was a 5-play, 72-yard drive in 56 seconds. And now Brett Lloyd runs up to the football. It's going to be an onside kick, and the ball is going to be loose, and Moffat County's going to have it. It was off a Bee Digger at the 50-yard line. The Bee Diggers had the hands team up there, and it went right into the chest of a Bee Digger and into the lap of a Moffat County Bulldog.
Yeah, our kid actually stepped across that line a couple of yards to catch the ball, and what he should have done was stay on his side and make sure the ball went 10 yards.
The officials are discussing this, but it's definitely Bulldog football. Let's see where they're going to spot the ball. I thought they recovered it at their own 47, which they did. Let me tell you, this looks like a different game if it's 41-21 or something like that by halftime, because it was 35-0 not too long ago.
Well, we got to guard that pass now. Our corner's got to step up and be ready for that.
First and 10 for Moffat County, 53 yards away from scoring their third touchdown of the opening half. The Bee Diggers have scored in all 6 of their possessions. And we're going to have a long recap at halftime. We have had 9 touchdowns, 8 scored in the opening half. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's a 9th sometime soon. Hopefully if the Bee Diggers can come up with something on defense. First and 10 from the 47. Hildenbrand with a man in motion is going to roll to his right, wants to throw, and he's going to be hit as he throws. It's going to be incomplete. Oh, Randy Miller nearly had the pick at the 40-yard line. Hildenbrand was able to wiggle his way out of trouble enough that he got rid of the football, but he was being taken down as he released the ball.
Yeah, Ray Miller, he actually was in his hook zone, and I think he was surprised that that floater came towards him. He needed to just take a couple of steps backward and catch the ball. He just tried to jump and try to come down with it and didn't quite have the leaps to make that happen.
Second down and 10 for the 47. Let's see if they run the ball this time. They do with Smersina. He's got an angle to the right side at the 47, and then tackled by Raymond Miller. Nothing for Smersina. Third down and 10. Great play by Raymond Miller.
Yeah, he did a good job following that out there and looking for that cutback. You know, he didn't over pursue it and once our corner flew up there and forced Mercina to stop and try to cut, he was met right there with a bear hug.
Critical play for both sides here with 2:52 to go in the opening half. It's Brush 41, Moffat County 14. 3rd down and 10 for the 47. Could be a passing situation. Hildenbrandt on the handoff to Hadley to the 50-yard line, then tackled at the 48. Excellent form tackle there by Baby Matos Garcia. It's a gain of about 5. They'll backtrack at 4 instead. 4th down and 6, and let's see if they decide to punt.
Yep, sending a lot of new guys out there. I think they are going to bring their punt game to the table. I got to credit Matos Garcia for staying home and not falling for that misdirection.
And the Bee Diggers will have one final shot to score as we approach the 2:10 mark. Got to watch out for a fake here. On 4th down and 6, Brad Lloyd to punt. Still awaiting the snap, and he gets it off under a heavy rush, and it bounces at the 15-yard line and rolls into the end zone. So the Bee Diggers, with 1:57 to go before halftime, have the ball at the 20-yard line. They've got 2 timeouts remaining.
Just a good job there by the Diggers. They had a big rush on Lloyd as he punted the ball, and they did a good job not running into him.
What a wild first half, huh, Dave?
Oh, it's awesome. It's in our favor. Made driving over that mountain pass last night worth it. Boy, that was quite a snow-packed drive there.
Yep.
I was scared to death with you driving.
I know. I'm a maniac.
My knuckles are still sore.
1st and 10 for the 20-yard line with 3 in the backfield. Baby is under center. He'll hand it off to Shaver. He's got a seam to the outside of the 25, towards the sideline, back to the middle, 1st down, across the 30 to the 35, maybe the 40-yard line. Another big run there for Clay Shaver, and he's able to gain 20. And the clock does stop, and I believe stops until the next play commences because he did go out of bounds.
197 yards now for Shaver, 17 carries. Diggers running off tackle and then bouncing it to the outside.
And we have a timeout called by Moffat County. We'll keep it right here with 1:49 remaining. Man, Shaver on pace for over 400 yards. And if Moffat County scores infrequently, then the Bee Diggers are going to have to keep it cranking on offense.
Yep, they're going to have to, unless their defense can hold all of a sudden. But like we said, Moffat County changed their game. They were running the ball pretty well, and they were giving it to Smersina, and it was working. But then they came out and threw those deep balls, one to Kincaid over on the left side, and then that swing pass out here to the right side, and just changed the whole defensive strategy the Diggers are going to have to use.
Yeah, and I believe they've equaled their high in points this year. I believe the University game was a 41-6 game. And they've done that in less than a half and could do it here, could eclipse it before the end of the opening half. 1st and 10 for the Bee Diggers at their own 40-yard line. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Ehrlich Toyota East in Fort Morgan will fit you into the car truck of your choice, serving all of Northeast Colorado. That's Ehrlich Toyota East. 1st and 10 for the Bee Diggers at their own 40-yard line. Peterson is now in the backfield, along with Hirschfeld and Shaver, who's got the handoff. He spins, and he's thrown for a loss. Back at the 37, a loss of 3. That one didn't work at all. There were 3 Bulldogs in on the play, a slow developing play, and Shaver paid the price.
There's something weird going on there, too, is one of the back in that power I formation was Jaron Peterson, and he was standing up pointing towards the Moffat County side about something, like he was trying to notify the coach of something that Moffat County was doing.
Well, now it's Peterson, Garth, Salazzo, and Shaver. 2nd down and 13 from the 37. Hand off to Shaver's got a seam across the 40, but that's it. Maybe the 41, a gain of 4. And we got 1:07 to go in the opening half, and it'll be 3rd down, and we'll call it close to 8, with the ball just shy of the 42.
Brought some receivers back in the game. One of them's our leading receiver of the day, Hirschfeld.
And Ben Brown is the receiver out to the left along with Hirschfeld. 2 more to the right. But Matos Garcia is under center. And he's back to throw. Draw play to Shaver, and he's hit right at the line of scrimmage. They were not fooled. And now Moffat County's going to call a timeout with 34.4 seconds to go. That'll be the first time in 7 possessions that the Bead Diggers are stopped.
And Shaver was hit low on that, boy. The kid put his shoulder pads right above his left knee and his thigh there. I was a little bit nervous for him because sometimes that's the kind of hit you take and you end up getting a deep bone bruise or something.
So the Bead Diggers will have to punt with 34.4 to go after Moffat County calls their third and final timeout. If you're Moffat County, you might as well send everybody. But they do receive the second half kickoff. So, I mean, if they can pull off something here, they get the second half kickoff.
It's a new game.
It's definitely a new game. So Brush has got to come up with a play here. Back deep to receive is Kern Gerber. Garcilaso at his own 26 to punt. Moffat County, assuming they have decent field position, would have time for about 3, maybe 4 plays because they have no timeouts remaining. Perfect snap. Garcilaso with a low line drive, bounces to 32, takes a roll, and then into the hands of a Moffat County Bulldog and Gerber, but he's taken down at the 29-yard line. Not much of a return. And it looked like Shaver was down there in on the hit.
Leo Lobanos was the guy that really put the pop on him.
1st and 10. At the 29, 26.2 seconds remaining. And this is where, if you're Moffat County, you might be able to put the ball up, but watch out. The Bead Diggers nearly came up with a turnover. This is also a prime spot for a turnover because with the way this first half has gone, you think, man, we haven't seen a score in just a few minutes. It could happen on one end or the other.
Well, you know, the Diggers, they kind of turned their strategy around against that pass. Remember, right before Ray Miller nearly intercepted it, they had a lot of pressure on their quarterback. So if they're able to get Hildebrandt on his heels or maybe even put a hit on him as he throws the ball, who knows?
1st and 10 for Moffat County at their own 29-yard line.
I love this timeout that Coach Call took right here. Gets Coach Lefevre out there on the field, reminds his guys to pay attention to the down and the distance these last 30 seconds, not giving up anything big.
At the 29, 1st and 10. Hildebrandt is under center. A double wing formation. Hadley in motion. Play action, looking to throw. Throws it out to his right, caught by Gerber. Tries to get around a Bead Digger, does. And then Garcilaso's going to tackle him and hold him up at the 40-yard line. Clock will stop for the movement of the chains. It's a gain of 11 and a first down. 16 seconds to go, and Moffat County's got to get right up to the line because the clock will restart on the official signal.
Last time, our safeties weren't even facing the line of scrimmage. They were walking around like they thought Moffat County was going to wait for them.
1st and 10 at the 40. Hildebrandt will pitch it to Hadley, and there's the double handoff to Smersina, running right to the 45, back to the middle to the 50. Then he's tackled by Garcilaso at the 44. Gain of 16. Clock stops. We have 8 seconds to go. And if you're Moffat County, you down the football here, and then you try to either a trick play or heave it into the end zone.
Well, they definitely have the arm with the quarterback. Let's see if they have the strategy as well.
The clock is yet to restart. Let's see if he clocks it. Clock is not yet restarted. I don't know why.
The chains aren't set.
There he goes. We have 5 seconds, 4 seconds, takes the snap, back to the flag is down. I think the receiver, Gerber, was in motion early. There was some movement there by Moffat County. That should be a false start. It is. With 2.2 seconds to go. Now the clock does not restart. I don't think it does there. If it does, they better get right up to the ball. The ball's at the Bead Digger 49-yard line, 1st and 15, and the clock does restart. And Hildebrandt is back to throw. Time has expired, and he's going to be sacked. No, he throws the ball to Smersina as Woodward got him, but then Smersina is down at the 48. And that'll be it. The gain of 2, and the half is over. And the Bead Diggers have put together especially an incredible first quarter. We are at the break. It's Brush 41, Moffat County 14 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Bead Diggers have emerged from the halftime locker room as they get ready for the second half. They lead the Moffat County Bulldogs 41-14. I'm John Beltran with Dave Uhrig. As we talked about the balance the Bead Diggers have had with their personnel, from Clay Shaver to Baby Maltos Garcia to B.J. Hirschfeld. And you know what? 3 seniors right there. They're not the only ones performing, but the seniors have the sense of urgency that others who still have football games left next year really don't have.
Well, they should. This could be the last game any of those guys get to play, and anybody being an athlete in their high school days, most of us would give just about anything to play one last game. So hopefully they are leaving it out there on the table.
And being a playoff game, even more important, with the Bead Diggers scoring on their first 6 possessions. And they scored on a one-play drive. That was a 33-yard pass from Maltos Garcia to Hirschfeld. And that one play stands out amongst so many others because it's amazing how wide open BJ was on that particular play off the turnover. However, when you're running the ball that well, it's run can open up the pass and vice versa. And that was a perfect example there. Yeah,
Moffat County, they started the game with 5 guys up there on that line of scrimmage, and then another time they had 6 and 7, and they were moving some people around and sending some blitzes, and Coach Call saw that where they didn't have a linebacker, and we were able to bring Hirschfeld out of that slot position and just run him straight down the field on sort of a fly route. We used to call it a dump, and he was just wide open, and Maltos Garcia just did a perfect job. It was one of the best passes he's thrown all year and hit him right in the hands.
And there's no doubt that halftime came at the perfect time for the Bead Diggers because, again, they were reeling a little bit going towards halftime. They had been so dominant on offense and stopped in their 7th drive. But now they'll start on defense as it'll be Aaron Garcilaso to boot the ball away as soon as these teams make their way out into the field. They're both on the sidelines right now. The winner will take on Bayfield, which defeated Manitou Springs 40-0. A very quick game in Bayfield. If it is the Bead Diggers, then the Bead Diggers would host that game coming up next Saturday, more than likely at 1 o'clock, as that's the standard time for all playoff games unless otherwise instructed. And even though the Bead Diggers didn't have a lot of experience coming into the game from a lot of these guys who didn't play a year ago, they certainly had tradition, and that's got to certainly stand for something, Dave.
Yeah, there's a sign hanging up in the wrestling room. It says, you may not have been there before, but it basically says, there was people that you're representing from the community, from your school and from the past, and you're one of them. You're doing the same thing they always did, and now it's your turn, and that's kind of what the guys are doing here. They're just representing.
That's a large title to carry, defending state champions, and the Bead Diggers have done it very well late in the season and now in this opening round playoff game against the Moffat County Bulldogs. So now the teams are back out on the field, and Garcilaso will kick it off to begin half number 2. And the other thing I anticipate is that Moffat County is going to be going to no huddle. You would think from here on out, you can't afford to let time tick off the clock.
Right, our defense is going to have to be ready to rock and roll every single play, and guys are going to have to rotate in. They're going to have to be ready to go and hustle out on the field.
Garcilaso places the football on the tee. And this is the one thing with special teams, lots of underclassmen out there. Garcilaso runs up to the football, boots it high and very short. It's going to be caught at the 19-yard line by Kincaid. Breaks a tackle at the 30-yard line, still on his feet, and he carries. Bead Diggers, the ball is fumbled late, but Moffat County falls on the ball at the 38-yard line. The Bead Diggers ripped it away, and the play was not ruled dead. It was recovered by Moffat County at the 38, and that's where Moffat County will have the ball.
Yeah, had a lot of guys hustle down there for coverage, but didn't have a lot of guys breaking down, so they ran down there and ran right past him as they stuck their arm out and tried to make arm tackles.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. They'll place the ball just outside the 38-yard line. Out of that double wing formation. The quarterback is Keenan Hildebrandt. In motion is Hadley. And there's the option left. Hildebrandt keeps the football across the 40. Runs to his left to the 41. Gain of about 3. Be 2nd down and 7 as Raymond Miller in on the hit.
Moffat County still going with some fakes back there, and our defensive end's really going to have to do a good job of staying home.
Just shy of the 42, 2nd and 7. Hildebrandt with Smersina in motion. Hand off to Smersina on the end around to the 45. Gets a block. There's a flag down across the 45 to the 42. But this one is going to come back. There was definitely a hold there on the near side.
Right, we had a hold there on our corner out here, so we were lucky to get that, as our defensive end on this side just didn't ever get outside contain. He just fought to the inside, and we didn't have anybody out here on this side to try to get Smersina to turn it back towards the middle.
Well, a lot of times you got to read the play before the play. You just got to see it coming.
Yeah, and that was one of the things Coach Call talked about, in his pregame at one point, where guys got to make sure they're doing their jobs, and that was one of them right there. Guys have to be position players.
Ball's back to the 36-yard line, 2nd down and 13 for Moffat County. Again, Hildebrandt is under center. On 2nd down, there's the handoff right up the middle to Lloyd, and he's got some yardage to about the 40. It's a gain of 4 as he was driven back. It'll be 3rd down and 9, and Reed Hall was in on the play. We got 10:51 to go, 3rd quarter. Brush 41, Moffat County 14. 3rd and 9 for the 40. Again, same formation for the Bulldogs. In motion is Smersina. Play action, looking to throw. Sets up, heaves it deep up the right side. The pass is going to be caught. Inside the 20 is Gerber. And he's got it at the 15. The Bee Diggers were there to make the play, but could not deflect it away. And it's down at the 14. It's a gain of 46. 1st down for the Bulldogs.
The Diggers, like you said, we had 2 guys there to make the play. Both of them jumped too soon, just mistimed it, and Gerber did a good job of coming down with it. He just got behind him a little bit as our kids were playing the ball, just jumped too soon.
Well, that's been a concern all season, is the play of the secondary, because there's a lot of youth back there.
Yep.
1st and 10 with a football at about the 14-yard line. Oh, now there was a personal foul roughing the passer. So that's going to take it down to the 7. 1st and goal for Moffat County. At the 7-yard line. Hildebrandt, keep the football, pitch it to Smersina up the right side, inside the 5 to about the 2 or the 1. Well, that was a nice late pitch, but it's a gain of close to 6.
So that's put Smersina over the 100 mark, 101 yards. Moffat County ran that option to the short side of the field.
2nd and goal at the 1. Hildebrandt under center. Quarterback sneak, runs into a blocker, and he tries to drive to the goal line, and he's in. He was never taken down. Keenan Hildebrandt scores. The Bee Digger lead is down to 21. It's Brush 41, Moffat County 20.
Boy, this is just not over yet. The kids got to be ready. They got to be ready to make those big plays, not giving Moffat County the big plays. On those long passes, the kids don't have to come down with an interception if they can just get their hand on the ball.
Now the extra point to be attempted by Brett Lloyd. With 10:17 to go. And the kick is up. It is boomed right up the middle. The Bee Diggers 41, the Moffat County Bulldogs 21. You're listening to Brush Bee Digger football on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Keenan Hildebrandt, the quarterback, scores from a yard out. And the Bee Digger lead is at 20. It was at 35 at one point. 41-21. was a 5-play, 62-yard drive in a minute 32. And to kick it off will be Brett Lloyd. And Moffat County has scored 3 of the last 4 touchdowns in the game. As Dave said, this game is far from over. Now let's see if they attempt any onside kick or just go deep. Bee Diggers anticipating a deep kick. Moffat County successfully executed an onside kick late in the second quarter. Lloyd with a line drive on a hop to Baby at the 12. Straight up the middle of the 25. Stutter stepping to the 30, down at the 31. And that's where Brush will start with 10-10 to go on 10-10 in the third. And yet you got to reestablish the momentum. You've lost the momentum if you're Brush.
Right. We just have to get this first 3 or 4 yards on this first down here and make it second and short or second and manageable, and then see what happens after that. But you're right. We have to get that momentum back.
First and 10 just shy of the 30. Hirschfeld, Garcilaso, and Shaver are in the Bee Digger backfield. Under center is Baby. In motion to the right is Peterson. And there's the give right up the middle, and nothing. Holy mahungus. Garcilaso was stuffed at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Second down and 10 to go. The hit was made by Stelios Peroulis, a senior.
Yeah, Diggers just tried to run more of a trap-looking play right up the middle and didn't fool those Bulldogs as they stayed in that A gap and shot across there and made a nice low tackle.
Second down and 10 for the 30. Shaver is the deep back. There's the give to the deep back. It's actually Peterson, a seam to the outside across the 35-yard line, close to a first down. Peterson's taken down right at the stick at the 40. It's a gain of 10. And it is a Bee Digger first down. Jaron Peterson with a ball carrier.
Just a great play there by Peterson. Showed a lot of speed getting out there on the corner behind the blocking of Daniel Abarca and Randy Woodward.
At the 40-yard line for Brush, first and 10. Leading 41-21. This was a 35-0 game in the second quarter, but Moffat County has put together a nice rally. Baby remains under center. Hirschfeld realigns to the backfield. This will be a handoff to Hirschfeld on the counter, running right. He's got an angle to the outside to the 44 before he's tackled, and he's down just shy of the 45. Officially a gain of 4, second down and 6 for Hirschfeld.
Yeah, just some more running over there on the right side like they've been doing all game.
A bank that is committed to their community and keeping banking simple. Morgan Federal Bank, 321 Ensign. Morgan Federal Bank, there's a difference. Member FDIC. Second down and 6 for the Bee Diggers. There's the give to Peterson up the middle, and then he stood up after a gain of about 3 or 4. Keenan Hildebrand has him. Peterson had a seam. By the way, Peterson is in there because Clay Shaver is on the sideline. He's out of the game. He's got ice on one of his knees. They'll give him the 49, close to a game of 5. So the Bee Diggers have done this before, played without Shaver against Lamar.
If they got the guns, they got the guys, they can do it.
Third down and 1. So Shaver was not in on this possession at all. Third and 1 at their own 49. Critical play for the Bee Diggers to pick up a first down here. Baby with a long count. Will hand it off to Peterson, and he's hit in the backfield. Thrown for a 1-yard loss. He was upended. Running to his right. Hildebrand came up and made part of the hit. Fourth down and 2. Now let's see what the Bee Diggers decide to do. Are they going to go for it?
Sending in the punt team.
Yep. Aaron Williams is now in there. Yep, and Garcilaso is going to punt.
Now, last time they just about got to him, so he's going to have to get rid of that ball in a hurry. He can't take his time.
Standing at his own 35 is Garcilaso. Perfect snap. Here comes a heavy rush, but he gets it off a high end-over-end punt. lands at the 19-yard line, takes a beat digger roll to about the 17 where Aaron Williams downs it. Yeah, you got to wonder how severe that injury is to Shaver. I don't know when he went down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's on his knee or if it's, right below his knee, but he definitely has ice on his leg. So I don't expect him to come back in the game. Colin Cole did a really good job of hustling down the field. He was the first one there, ready to cover that punt.
And the Bee Diggers, without their best player, are certainly shorthanded. And here's Moffat County, 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. With a man in motion. There's to give to Spursina, running it to the outside, cutting it back to the middle. He fumbles the ball, and the Bee Diggers, I think, have it at the 20. I think Baby came up with it at the 21. Arnoldo Matos Garcia off the strip recovers the Spursina fumble, and the Bee Diggers are in business once again.
Nice for the Diggers, the big momentum play right there, and seeing a few guys getting a little tired out there and a little bit banged up, holding it together, making a big play there.
1st and 10 for Brush at the 21-yard line. Yeah, you're right. I mean, Shaver's not even gotten up. He's got the ice on his left knee over there. And I'm sure he wants to be in that game knowing that this is a playoff game, but got to take care of yourself. 1st and 10. The backup, Jaron Peterson, is the deep back from the 21-yard line. There's the option. Keeping it as Baby across the 20 towards the 15. Nice gain there for Matos Garcia. Let's see where they spotted. Oh, way back, actually. Thought he had more than that. The gain is about close to only 3. 2nd down and 7. Yeah, tough to see from this angle. It's just inside the 18.
So Maltos acted like he was going to put it in our fullback's belly and pulled it back out and then followed him. Let him be the lead blocker, let that fullback lead for him, Garcilaso, and followed him up the hole.
2nd down and 7 from the 18-yard line. Hirschfeld, Garcilaso, and Peterson are in the backfield. And Baby's going to pitch it right to Peterson. Swings it to the outside. He's got the 16-yard line maybe. He just could not get to the seam as he was spun down. A lot of lateral running there by Peterson. That's a gain of about a couple. Be 3rd and about 5, just inside the 16 of Moffat County.
Yeah, I think he hit it on the head there where, he was trying to break it open and hoping he had enough speed to get to the sideline when really what he needed to do is just turn upfield and plan on getting tackled, but at least get every yard he could get.
Bee Diggers taking time off the clock. I think they're going to call a timeout here. They're just waiting for the play clock to run down. And, when Reed Call calls a timeout, the next play is always a good one, and that's what they're going to do here because Baby is right now standing near his head coach, and there's a timeout. Brought to you by State Farm Insurance. When you're looking for someone to walk you through the insurance world, turn to the office of Greg Mullen and Brush, Home Auto Life and Health. State Farm Insurance is there for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call, 842-4555 with 5:07 to go in the 3rd. Brush leads Moffat County 41-21, but the Bee Diggers have not scored in this 3rd quarter after scoring 5 touchdowns in the opening, 17 minutes of the game. They've been held to 1 touchdown since.
Yeah, I think we just started feeling a little conservative, and Moffat County was feeling a lot more urgency. That was the difference in the game. So we had some mishaps just on our defense, just, not doing a good job of making those open field tackles and then maybe getting outsized a little bit a couple of times where they have these big 6'2" receivers and our corners are under 5'8".
3rd down and 5 from the 16-yard line of Moffat County. Garcilaso to Matos Garcia's left. 2 receivers split each side. Matos Garcia is operating out of the shotgun. Awaiting the snap. Perfect snap. 2-step drop. Throws up the middle, and the pass is broken up. Little slant there. I don't know if it was misread, but it looked like it was almost picked off. It'll be 4th down, and that's one of the few times that the Bee Diggers call a timeout throughout the course of the season, and the play turns out to be a bust.
I think Coach was hoping Moffat County would play him a little deeper, but the Moffat County corners didn't give us any cushion. They walked right up on our receivers on the line of scrimmage. And
the Bee Diggers will go for it on 4th and 5 from the 16. Again, Baby out of the gun. Man in motion to the right is Hirschfeld. Baby takes off with the football. Stutter steps inside the 15-yard line. He's down. No shot for Baby there. Didn't have any running room. Tackled by Stelios Peroulis. It's a gain of only 1, and the Bee Diggers turned the ball over on downs with 4:58 to go in the third.
Now it's time to play defense.
Hey, he just came up with a turnover. In fact, he didn't even get to the 15. Back, I believe, at the 17, yeah. It's actually a slight loss. 1st and 10 for Moffat County at their own 17-yard line. In motion is Smersina. Pass out in the right flat, caught by Gerber. Cuts it back to the inside, and he's down. The Bee Diggers were there to make the play. Aaron Williams was able to grab him right around the waist and the ankles and hold Gerber to a minimal gain. Just 1 yard, 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Williams has got the speed to get out there and help with that coverage. He had to hustle out there from his left defensive end position.
From the 18-yard line, Moffat County's on their own side of the field. Hildenbrand checking his left wrist for the play. 2nd down and 9. Operating right under center. There's the handoff on the inside. That's Lloyd, who is tackled by Reed Hall across the 20 towards the 22. It's a gain of 4 on a quick hitter. 3rd down and 5 to go for Moffat County. And again, no huddle because they're down by 20 points in this game, and they can't afford for that time to tick. Call it 3rd and about 5. Just past the 22-yard line. The option right. There's the pitch to Smersina across the 25. 1st down to the 30, and he's tackled at the 33-yard line. That is Trent Mount making the play. The gain of 11 for Eddie Smersina.
Just the same play he went big on in the first half. Pitch him to him over here to the right side, and he gets out here and he makes those cuts. Our corner's playing back far enough, not able to come up and help make the tackle. 1st
and 10 at the 33-yard line. Hildenbrand is going to hand it off to Hadley, running it wide to the left, tries to get around Hall, and cannot. Hall didn't tackle him, but there were other Bee Diggers in there to make the play. Hall held him up, and it's only a gain of about 2, making it 2nd down and about 8 to go for Moffat County. We've got 3:24 to go, third quarter. Brush 41, Moffat County 21.
That was a big play right there. One of our Diggers had his hand out there, though. It was a little scary up there in that face mask region.
Yeah, that was Hall right there, but at least he held him up enough. 2nd down and 8 to go from the 35. Lining up on that left hash mark. 2 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. There's 1 setback. That's Lloyd. Hadley is in motion. And there's the inside handoff, and that's going to be a loss. Man, the Bee Diggers there to make the play on Lloyd. Driving him back was Tristan Volk. And that'll be back to the 35-yard line, so no gain officially. 3rd down and 8 to go for Moffat County. Watch out for the pass. That's what burned the Bee Diggers on Moffat County's only scoring drive. On 3rd and 8. Rolling to his right is Hildebrand. Pressure coming. Throws underneath. The pass is incomplete. Off the hands of Hadley at the 40. That was almost tipped perfectly to Peterson, who would have had a pick 6.
Tip drill. Peterson was ready for it. Luckily, it bounced off of Hadley's hands.
And it looks like Moffat County's going to punt. Well, you just hope that's a bone bruise there for Shaver. Because if he's out for the next game against the number 1 seed, then you have to wonder.
I didn't see him take any big hits. I'm sure they're just being cautious, making sure he is ready to go next week, because they probably believe, the game's in hand right now.
And heavy pressure. It's a fake. Lloyd runs out of it. Lloyd to the 40-yard line. He's got a 1st down across the 50 to the 47 off the fake punt. And it's a gain of 18, and Moffat County keeps the drive alive on what was 4th and long.
Yeah, just asleep. Our defensive end on this side just was not home. Got stuck into thinking it was just going to be a punt reception and wasn't really ready to make the tackle.
1st and 10 for Moffat County at the Bee Digger 47-yard line. Luckily, the clock is ticking pretty quickly. Again, a gain of 18. And I don't know what the delay is. They're waiting for a lineman. There comes Perulis. 1st and 10 for Moffat County. Clock continues to tick inside of 1:50 to go in the third. Hildebrand on the pitch left to Hadley. Cuts it back to the 45. Grab from behind and take it down at the 44. And baby Maltos Garcia has been all over the field. Holds him to a gain of only 2. 2nd down and a long 7.
Just a great defensive play there by Baby. On that side of the line, we're really counting on Reed Hall, a defensive end, holding his ground.
On 2nd down from the 45-yard line with just under 8 yards to go to make the 1st down. And there was movement there by the right side of the line. No flag. Inside handoff to Smersina. Breaks 2 tackles up the right side. He's got a 1st down inside the 30-yard line towards the 25, maybe the 24, but the receiver on the right definitely moved before the snap. But the Bee Diggers couldn't get the benefit of a break there. And Smersina instead is able to get to the 24 for a gain of 21.
So that takes him to 133 yards. Diggers had several opportunities to tackle him. 3 of them right there had their heads down and just sticking their arm out there and not really doing a good job of wrapping up and holding on.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. There is the option right. Hildebrand keeps the football. He's got yardage inside the 15 to about the 11. A gain of 13 before the Bee Diggers make the tackle. Once again, Maltos Garcia in on the play, but way too many yards if you're a brush defender.
Yep, again, our defensive end on this side just got burned. You know, he's got to do a good job of having the quarterback on that option, and he didn't. He was going to go down and make the tackle on that fullback that got the fake right up the middle, and got to do a better job playing the position.
1st and 10 for Moffat County at the Bee Digger 11-yard line. This could be a 13-point game if Moffat County scores. The Bee Diggers had a 5-touchdown lead in the 2nd quarter. With a man in motion, Hildebrand looks to throw, and the pass is incomplete behind the intended receiver, Kincaid, on the slant at the 4-yard line. I was surprised by that play call.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the kid was open. If he would have thrown it out in front of him, he could have walked into the end zone. But Moffat County trying to trick things up and keep the Diggers off balance when the run game's working perfectly for them.
Here comes the 12th play of the drive on 2nd down and 10 from the 11. Bee Diggers have come up with a couple of fumbles in this game. And this looked like it was going to be a blowout, but Moffat County has made it competitive. Hadley in motion. There's the option left, and Hildebrand looks like his knee was down, but no whistle. And then he's down for a loss at the 13-yard line as he slipped. With a Bee Digger penetration, certainly didn't help Hildebrand's cause. Well, they give him the 12-yard line, a loss of a yard. 3rd and 11 from the 12.
They tried to run that option over to the left side, and we had the guy there to tackle the quarterback. We also had the guy there to tackle the pitch man. We just got to have the guy there that's ready to finish making the tackle.
We have played 3 quarters in Craig. It's Brush 41, Moffat County 21 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran and Dave Urich back from Moffat County High School in Craig as we begin the 4th quarter. Only 2 critical plays. If the Bee Diggers can hold Moffat County here, you got a big advantage. It's 3rd down and 11 from the Bee Digger 12.
We got to watch throw.
One setback, that's Lloyd. Hildebrand under center. Smersina's in motion to the right. Rolling to his right. Now taking off is Hildebrand, and he's going to be held up. He tried to flip it at the last second, but the play was ruled dead. That'll be 4th down. I don't know if he even got to the 11, as it's clear across the other side of the field. And apparently it's no gain. Looking at that 4th down marker, 4th and 11 from the 12. One more play you make here, and you maintain that 3-possession lead.
That'll be the first time we've stopped them in the red zone.
On 4th down, Hildebrand is going to roll to his left, wants to throw, throws underneath, and it's behind Lloyd off his hand. And I don't know why he threw it there, Dave, because there's no way he would have gotten a 1st down there as the ball fell incomplete.
Yeah, bad call. There was no receivers in the end zone. They really needed to put it back by the end zone, more by the goal line, and just didn't have the receivers there. And the Diggers are the recipients of some good luck.
Well, they had some decent coverage downfield, but they had no rush. He had time.
Yeah, at the last minute, Reed Hall flew in there and kind of got in his face, but it was definitely last minute.
That was a 14-play drive that went to waste. 11:18 to go in the game. 1st and 10 for Brush at their own 12-yard line. Jaron Peterson is the deep back. He has the football running to his left. He's going to be held up maybe for a yard, if even that. Tough running there for Jaron Peterson. Doesn't have the experience running that Clay Shaver does, and Shaver's trying to limp it off. He's running along the sideline, Dave, so that's a good sign. But it's more of a limp than anything else, so I don't think it doesn't look like a serious injury, but they'll reevaluate him after the game. The gain is 1 for Peterson, 2nd down and 9. If you can just get a couple of first downs here, just take time off the clock.
Yep, absolutely. That's the name of the game right now. Just keeping that Moffat County offense off the field.
From the 13-yard line, Baby is out of the gun. Hirschfeld in motion to the left. Hirschfeld has the handoff, looking for a block, cutting it back to the 15-yard line, and then he runs into Gerber, and he's down at about the 20. That's a solid run. However, there's a flag down. Yeah, it would be a gain of close to 7, but I think it's coming back. And let's see what the preliminary indication is. It's a sideline warning against Moffat County.
Awesome.
Well, it's a gain of 8, though, or gain of 7, 3rd down and 2.
This is a lot more manageable for the Diggers here, and we'll just have to see what Coach Call's going to do without Shaver on the field. What's he going to go with?
3rd and 2 from the 20. And Peterson's a hard runner, but again, he doesn't have the volume of carries that Shaver does. Garcilaus is in motion to the left, a naked backfield. Baby, 2-step drop, takes off with the football, breaks out of a tackle. He spins. That's a first down. Baby backs his way to the 22, and there's a late flag, and I thought it was a face mask and a personal foul against the Moffat County Bulldogs.
I think you're right. I think that one of the Moffat County kids blew his cool and grabbed a hold of Hirschfeld's helmet.
Or Baby's helmet.
I mean.
Yeah, it's a gain of 3, and it is a personal foul. Yep, face mask against Moffat County.
Well, we'll definitely take that.
Well, that gives them major breathing room, which they needed. Keep in mind, the Bee Diggers have not scored in this half. We have 10 minutes to go in the game. 41-21, an offensive-minded game in the opening half and more defensive-minded in the second half. As the Bee Diggers, without their top weapon, Clay Shaver, sidelined with looks like a knee injury. But he has been able to walk it off. In fact, he's walking a lot better along the sideline now. But why take the chance when you're up by 20 points? 1st and 10 for Brush, just shy of the 38-yard line.
This is a great opportunity for our younger players to play some meaningful playoff football.
Baby, play action, looking to throw, rolling left. Here comes pressure, throws off his back foot, incomplete. A diving attempt by Hirschfeld. And nice job of Baby getting rid of the football because Mackenzie Klimper was coming with a fury.
Yeah, we didn't have, we were unbalanced left and didn't have anybody to block that defensive end from this side. He was step for step with Maltos as he rolled to the left side, right in his hip pocket the whole time.
2nd and 10, just shy of the 38. Officially 9 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the game. Brush 41, Moffat County 21. The winner takes on Bayfield, a 40-0 victor over Manitou Springs. On 2nd down, more than likely this will be kept on the ground, and this will be a deep handoff to Peterson. He's got a seam up the middle to the 50-yard line. Peterson spins to the 45. First down for the Bee Diggers, a gain of 17, and some excellent running by the junior, Jaron Peterson.
Yeah, behind some great blocking of Randy Woodward, Albarca, and Ray Miller. Reed Hall unbalanced to the right side, and Peterson did a good job of staying patient, running through the hole that they opened for him, and then cutting it back upfield towards the middle of the field.
Okay, they've got a couple of first downs on this drive. That's all you need just to whittle some time off the clock. 1st and 10 for the Bee Diggers at the 45 of Moffat County. We have 9:16 to go in the game. Garcilaso, Hirschfeld, and Peterson are in the backfield. Baby hands it off to Peterson, off left tackle, and he's down after a gain of 2 as he ran towards the 40-yard line, but could only get to the 43. 2nd down and 8 to go for Brush. Hit along the right side of that defensive line for Moffat County. Around the football there was Hugo Hernandez. Wow, they only gave him, I thought that ball was at the,
Yeah.
did they mark it a 4-yard back?
Yeah, we didn't get a very good spot on that one. Moffat County's got 8 guys up there within 4 yards of the ball. Really trying hard to shut down the rush and they're blitzing.
2nd and 9 at the 44. Peterson is in motion to the left. Maltos Garcia is going to run that way, looking for a block. Has the sideline to the 42-yard line. That's about it. And he took a shot right in front of the Beat Digger bench. And 3rd down. Again, they're going to backtrack the football. Not a great spot there. Just about a yard. 3rd and about 8.
Moffat County is very physical. They hit low and they'll fly in there and put their shoulder pads on your legs.
Going to be at the 43-yard line inside of 8 minutes to go in the game. The Beat Diggers 41, the Moffat County Bulldogs 21. On 3rd down and 8 from the 43. Baby will hand it off to Peterson. He stumbles and he dives to the 42. His body landed at the 40, but his knee was down before that. It'll be 4th down, and you'd figure that Reed Caw is going to play field position and punt.
Yep, he's sending in 3 or 4 players, making it look like they're going to go ahead and give Moffat County the ball back. I think they're just hoping we can kick it over there by the sideline and keep them from getting good field position.
But keep in mind, that drive, sorry about that, that drive started at the 12, and they got it all the way to the 43, so they went 45 yards in a drive. And are they going to go for it? And I think Moffat County just called a timeout. The Beat Diggers realigned themselves, and that forced Keith Gilley, the Moffat County head coach, to call a timeout with 7:03 to go. And there's one word behind that maneuver: coaching.
Yep, smart coaching, catching the defense off sides or off guard.
Right, off guard, yeah, because it's 4th and 8 from the 43. Now you would think the Beat Diggers would punt, but you've accomplished something there, just forcing Moffat County to call a timeout because they need every second and every timeout remaining that they have in this game.
Right, that's another benefit.
Looking to find insurance for your car, home, or even for you, Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. With 2 locations in Brush and Fort Morgan, they can help you with your home, car, health, or life insurance questions, or provide a quote. Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. And you need your vehicle and farm equipment to be in top shape, so make sure you take care of them by purchasing the best quality parts at great prices at your local Napa store, Central Auto Parts in Fort Morgan. Better quality, better service, better results. It's Better Electric. Also the home of Sterling Trailers, your Big Tex headquarters, and the Beat Diggers will punt. Garcilaso at his own 45-yard line. Waiting the snap. It's a high snap. The rush is light. A fluttering punt. Fielded at the 2 by Gerber, running to his right to the 5, stutter steps, and then he's going to be drilled at about the 10. Fumble! Recovered by the Beat Diggers before he went to the ground. And is that going to stand up? Because it was recovered by Brush. Yep, I think it stood up.
Yep.
I think the Beat Diggers recovered the fumble inside the 5-yard line. Trying to get a number on that, Dave. That was one of the shorter Beat Diggers, but a great play as they stood up Gerber, and the ball's going to be inside the 5 at about the 1 or 2 yard line.
You know, just a great play there by the Diggers. You know, Gerber was crazy for picking the ball up right there and trying to run with it. Our first guy down there dove at his feet. He jumped over the top of it, and our next guy hit him right then. And it seems like the Diggers are taking a page out of Sterling's defensive playbook.
And the ball will be at the 2. Now the Beat Diggers can really cement this thing. 1st and goal for Brush. Aaron Williams is now in that backfield. There's the handoff left side for Williams, and is he in or just short? Yep, he's just short. And that was Trent Mount under center. It'll be 2nd down and goal from the 1. After that short game by Aaron Williams.
Digger showed motion to the right and then just ran a dive in the A gap to the left.
Yeah, Baby's in that backfield. He's now supplanting Shaver's spot. There's the give to Williams left side, and he's in. He was barely touched. Aaron Williams scores from a yard out. And the Bee Diggers now lead 47-21.
That time running behind the block, and Elio Lobanos and Tristan Volk. Those guys opened up a big enough hole for Williams to get through, and like you said, he didn't hit the turf as he scored a touchdown.
Those 3 fumbles have destroyed Moffat County. Any hopes ahead of coming back are now thwarted. The Bee Diggers have reestablished a very hefty lead. They've had one throughout the course of the game, but even bigger now. Peterson to attempt the PAT. Perfect snap. The kick is a low line driver, which is good. 6 minutes and 13 seconds to go. From Craig, Brush 48, Moffat County 21 on your home of the defending state champions, 1010 KSIR at KSIR.com. After the 3rd fumble of the game by Moffat County, the Bee Diggers take advantage. A 1-yard run by Aaron Williams. And they now lead Moffat County 48-21. Aaron Garcilazo to kick it off. This is high and short again. Be fielded by Kincaid at the 18-yard line. It's got a seam to the 30. Breaking tackles across the 35 towards the 40-yard line. Before the Bee Diggers make the hit, down there is Isaac De Herrera, the sophomore. He was the last man to make sure that play did not get any worse than it already was.
A lot of underclassmen getting some quality playing time today.
1st and 10 for Moffat County at their own 39-yard line. 6:07 to go in their season. Hildebrand is going to pitch it left to Hadley. Stutter steps, takes it to the left side, gets around Matos Garcia. A first down and knocked it out of bounds by Raymond Miller, close to midfield. And that's what you want to do if you're Moffat County. Not only positive yards, but you got to get out of bounds and stop the clock, or at least get a first down, because now you're down by 27 points. It's a gain of 12.
Yep. Our defensive end didn't get hooked, but he just had a hard time stretching that thing to the sideline, and the Moffat County tight end did a good job of just not letting him get his feet underneath of him to where he could get his shoulders turned and race out there.
Well, Moffat County's called a timeout. And the Bee Diggers, I'm sure, will welcome that defensively.
Oh, yeah.
And they're not conceding the game, but they know that...
they're taking guys out of the game like crazy.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's the case. Maybe from some point they are. Brett Lloyd is walking off the field. Maybe that was the reason for the timeout. I think you just made that point valid.
Yep.
Well, you got 6:01 to go. And that's got to be tough because that's a senior out there.
Oh, yeah.
And he's not the only one. Now, the quarterback, Hildebrand, is only a junior. First down and 10 for the Bee Digger 49.
You don't see that happen very often.
No. Elias Peroulis is now in there with Mercina as one of those wings. And he's a sophomore. Now checking in is Lane Gonzalez, a junior. 1st and 10 for the 49. And the ball is dropped by Hildebrand. Picks it up, but he's tackled for a loss. Tackled by Raymond Miller at the 49-yard line. It's a loss of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 11 to go.
Now they're putting that first-team offense back in the game.
Yeah, I was wondering what that was about, but tough to figure that out. 5.5 to go. Brush 48, Moffat County 21, 2nd down and 11. Moffat County on their own side of the field. And there's the give to Mercina. Raymond Miller makes the tackle right behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 1. 3rd down and 13.
That might have been one of Ray Miller's best blitzes of the season. Flew through there and tackled him below the hips. Solo tackle back there against a really good running back.
Abadka checks out of the game. Third down. I'll call it a long 12. At their own 48-yard line. Hildebrand, play action, rolls to his right. Pressure coming. Throws deep up the middle. Intercepted by Mount at the 20-yard line along the left sideline to the 35 at the 40. And then he fumbles the ball. And Moffat County recovers at the 47. He could have gone out of bounds unless Mount was out of bounds. Did Moffat County get the ball back?
I'm not sure. I think they did. The official on this near side's marking it where the ball's laying right now.
Yep, it would be back almost to the original line of scrimmage. Mount nearly dropped the ball in the interception. But it might be going back. That would be the fourth turnover by Moffat County, but then a turnover by the Bead Diggers, and Moffat County is going to have the ball back.
It's hard to tell because the officials didn't really hustle up the field and spot where the ball was at, so it's hard to tell if they were spotting if it was out of bounds or not.
That should be Moffat County ball. It is at their own 47. The fans like that, but everything now is in a losing cause at their own 44-yard line. A very odd play. Mount made a great play. I thought he was just going to go out of bounds, and there's the option left. And the pitch to Hadley, and Hadley's taken down by Miller. Baby also had the penetration. Miller throws him down at the 44 for a loss of 3.
Yeah, they tried to run that option, and Reed Hall from his defensive end was able to cover Hildebrandt, the quarterback, and Ray Miller flew up there to take the pitch, man. Just a great execution of defense against the option.
4:17 remaining fourth quarter. Brush 48, Moffat County 21. Moffat County is at second down and 13 at their own 44-yard line. Hildebrandt remains under center. Smersina's in motion. And there is the give right up the middle to Lloyd, and he spins across the 50 into Bead Digger territory at the 49, a gain of 7 as he ran right up the gut. Third down and 6 to go for the Bulldogs.
He has 54 yards today on 9 carries. Hadley's got 31 yards on 9 carries, and then Smersina's got 132 on 11 carries.
On 3rd and 6 from the 49. Smersina in motion, gets the handoff on the end round, but there's a flag prior to that. And was it a Bead Digger timeout? It was. Brought to you by Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance, Home Auto Life and Health. State Farm Insurance is there for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call, 842-4555. And thank goodness for that timeout. That looked like it could have unfolded as a big play.
Absolutely. Smersina, that's why I brought that up, 132 yards on 11 carries. You know, that's a guy that should be getting the ball probably almost every carry, and we're lucky that they're spreading it out.
3:37 to go in the game. Keep in mind, if you're listening live, the Colorado Prep Scoreboard Show will follow with Kevin Schaefer from 3:30 to 5. It'll be 3rd down and 6 to go for Moffat County. I think Brush has held their own very well in the second half without their top player.
Yeah, I agree, and they've had to make some adjustments, but the kids have done a really good job of it. And I'll tell you what, they're stepping up to the plate with playing different positions and making big plays. And I see Hunter Bostrom out here playing this corner, so the coaches are trying to find a way to stop that passing attack.
Accidents and illness strike at any time, day and night, and every second counts. As a Level 3 Trauma Center, Colorado Plains Medical Center is ready to handle any type of emergency. Colorado Plains Medical Center. 3rd and 6 for the 49. Hildebrandt will hand it off on the left side to Hadley, up the sideline, and he spins his way inside the 45 and then stumbles to the 42, a gain of 7. The clock stops for the movement of the chains. It's a Moffat County first down.
Yeah, it takes him to 38 yards now, and we hit him nice and low, but he was able to dive forward 2 or 3 yards.
Moffat County looking for a season-ending touchdown with 3:28 to go. The Bead Diggers lead by 27. From the 42, Hildebrandt will hand it off to Lloyd up the middle, and the Bead Diggers are there to meet him, but he does gain 2 to 3 yards because Lloyd is just a tank. Gets to the 39-yard line. We still have Bead Diggers getting up off the bottom of the pile, including Randy Miller. He's had a heck of a game, by the way, and Leo Libanos. 2nd down and 7 to go for Moffat County. Raymond Miller, excuse me.
Yeah, the Diggers doing a good job of containing Lloyd. You're right, he is a tank.
On 2nd down and 7. Play action, looking to throw deep up the left side, and Kincaid is out there, and it is tipped and nearly picked up. I believe it's going to be interference against the Bee Diggers anyway. Looked like that should have been interference against Brush. Kincaid was being pushed, and I think that's going to be the call.
Yeah, but we'll take that interference rather than giving up a touchdown.
Yeah, because Mount nearly intercepted it. Yeah, that's the call against Brush. As Bostrom was out there, but clearly Kincaid had position, even though the ball was under throw, and the safety Mount got over there.
Well, Kincaid's got a definite size advantage. The guy's 6'1", pretty decent receiver, able to jump pretty high. They just throw the ball up in the air and let him go up and grab it.
And in high school football, this is a 15-yard penalty, not a spot foul. So the football will be placed at the 23 of Brush. We still have 2:41 to go. Moffat County's, I believe, used all their timeouts. It's just a matter of whether they get into the end zone or not. From the 23 with Lloyd in the backfield, Smersina in motion. Handoff. Nope, it's an option right by Hildenbrand to go keep the football to the 15-yard line. He dives inside the 10. It's a 1st and goal for Moffat County to about the 7-yard line, a gain of 16 for Keenan Hildenbrand.
41 yards now for Hildebrandt, 13 carries. Does a really nice job of faking that option. He fakes that pitch and then keeps the ball. And
the Bee Diggers are switching in players as well as quickly as possible. 1st and goal from the 7. Hildebrandt will hand it off to Lloyd, left side, and he stood up after a gain of 3, maybe 4 yards. Man, that guy's tough to bring down. Reed Hall and Baby Maltos Garcia met him at the point of attack. But he still gets, let's see where he got to. It's so hard to see it from here. I think, well, just a yard.
Lloyd's not the kind of guy they give him the ball because they want him to find open territory. That's the guy that goes and finds our guy to try to run over him.
2nd and goal at the 6. This time it's to Smersina running wide to the right to the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Eddie Smersina. Scores from 6 yards away. Now Brush 48, Moffat County 27.
138 yards for Smersina now on 12 carries. When they run that little end around, it's just so well executed, and Smersina's so fast. Our defensive ends just don't have enough time to fight that outside shoulder of that blocker and get containment.
Well, guess as they say, good for Moffat County and for Smersina. Smersina's only a junior, though, so he'll be back next year. Now the extra point. And we have a flag down. It's going to be against the Bee Diggers. That might prompt them to go for 2. But at this point, it's just window dressing. Even if they go for 2. The Bee Diggers have this game in hand with only 1:53 to go. Yep. Hildebrandt throws the tee back towards the sideline. So 2-point conversion is upcoming. Hildebrandt will hand it off to Lloyd up the middle. He's held up. He spins, but I don't think he got in. No. 2-point conversion fails. 1:53 to go in the game. It's Brush 48, Moffat County 27. It's a timeout right here on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Well, Moffat County gets back on the board. Took them a while, though, with that last possession. 53 yards after an interception by the Bee Diggers and a fumble in the same play. Drive took 2 minutes and 51 seconds. Smersina from 6 yards out. Well, let's see if they try a onside kick, but there's no chance of winning this game. Down by 21 with 1:53 to go. Brett Lloyd was running up to the football, then retreated along with his teammates. And And Smersina now with the onside kick. That's kicked too hard. And the ball is loose! And I think Moffat County has it. It's off a Beat Digger helmet. It was misfielded there by a Beat Digger, and Moffat County fell on the football at the Brush 46. That didn't look, it was kicked so hard that all the Beat Diggers had to do was fall on the ball, and it took a wild high hop into the face mask. And Moffat County has another possession.
Well, our guy kind of charged it, and just not having that savvy, being a young player, he didn't consider where the sideline was, and he charged for the ball forward and left his feet actually dove for it, and a football takes a bad bounce, bounces off his face mask, and Moffat County gets it.
1st and 10 at the Brush 46-yard line. Let's see if they decide to throw. Play action, rolling right as Hildenbrand sets up. He's sacked back at the 46-yard line. Matos Garcia, along with Daniel Abarca and Tristan Volk. Man, that loss is going to be 7 yards. 2nd down and 17. Yeah, Brush has a lot of pride here. They don't want to give up another score here and make it a lot closer than the game was. Clock continues to roll. 1:18 to go. 2nd down and 17 from their own 47. Hildebrand this time will hand it off to Smersina, and he cannot get around Matos Garcia, who throws him back at the 43. It's a loss of 3 because they're going to say forward progress to the 44. And now we're looking at 3rd and 20.
Yeah, that misdirection didn't fool Matos Garcia. Just a heads-up play by a smart football player. And a great open field tackle against a very good runner.
45 seconds to go. The Beat Diggers will advance in that span of time. Handoff Smersina, and Matos Garcia throws him again for a loss on the end around. At the 38-yard line, it's a loss of about 6. It'll be 4th and 26, and at this point, the clock had just run out. Moffat County doesn't have to even try another play on 4th down, and they don't have to worry about the punt either. They can just concede the game, and the Beat Diggers would win here by 3 scores, but I think they're going to go for it on 4th and about 26 from their own 38-yard line. We've got 10 seconds to go. Hildenbrand is going to hand it off on the left side to Hadley. Hadley to the outside. A flag is down, and Hadley is knocked out of bounds near midfield. Got to the 49 to Brush, a gain of 13. It's only 1.8 seconds to go. Let's see what the flag is all about. I think it was thrown towards the offensive side. The flag was just picked up. Maybe there's nope. It's a hold against Moffat County. The Beat Diggers will decline. It was a gain of 13. And the Beat Diggers will have the ball. That ball should be spotted on the Brush side of the field because that gain by Hadley does count. And then Matos Garcia will just take a knee, and that'll be it. Certainly an enjoyable game this afternoon in Craig, Dave.
You bet. This was a lot of fun. A lot of scoring and a lot of touchdowns. Keeps it exciting.
Baby up to the football. Takes a snap and a knee. And the Brush Beat Diggers advance to the Class 2A state quarterfinals. They win in Craig over the Moffat County Bulldogs, 48-27. We'll have a recap after this on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Beat Digger postgame show is brought to you by Mr. D's Ace Home Center with 3 locations to serve you better. Sterling, Brush, and Fort Morgan, your headquarters for all your home, farm, and ranch supplies from plumbing to feed. Mr. D's Ace Home Center as the Beat Diggers advance to the Class 2A quarterfinals, beating the Moffat County Bulldogs in Craig, 48-27. John Beltran back with Dave Urig. Here's how the scoring went as a lot of points were scored in the opening half. 55 of the 75 points were scored in the first half. The Beat Diggers got on the board on a 10-play, 65-yard drive in 5 minutes and 16 seconds. Clay Shaver, who sat out the entire second half with a little bit of a knee injury, went 6 yards. The extra point was good. It was 7-0 on Brush's second drive. 4 plays, 41 yards in a minute 29. Shaver from 16 yards out makes it 14-0. Moffat County then had to give the ball back to the Beat Diggers. Actually, they didn't give it back. The Beat Diggers stopped them on a 4th and 1 at the 34. Beat Diggers took over at the Moffat County 32. Following a 30-yard pass from Baby to B.J. Hirschfeld 2 plays later, Matos Garcia scored from a yard out. It was 21-0. The Bee Diggers then extended that to 28-0 on a 1st and 23 from the 25. Baby went the distance, 25 yards out. That was a 6-play drive in 2 minutes and 32 seconds that covered 80 yards, by the way. Brush led 28-0 following a Moffat County fumble, one of 4 turnovers in the game. Then the Bee Diggers got a 35-yard pass play there or 33 yards, I should say, from Baby to Hirschfeld. That made it 35-0. Eddie Smersina scored from 63 yards out. 3 plays later from Moffat County. 35-6 was the score midway through the second quarter. Clay Shaver came back with his 3rd touchdown of the game, a 45-yarder, and it was 41-6. And before halftime, with about 3.5 minutes to go, Shandon Hadley from 3 yards out. 2-point conversion was good. It was 41-14. Moffat County on their first drive of the second half, they went right down the field. 5 plays, 62 yards in a minute 32. Keenan Hildenbrandt with a 1-yard sneak to make it 41-21. But then following a Moffat County fumble on special teams, the Bee Diggers needed just a couple of plays. Aaron Williams ran it in from a yard out. It was 48-21, and just before the game ended, it was Smersina with a 6-yard run. 2-point conversion was no good, 48-27. Lots of numbers in the game. Let's start with a home team in Moffat County.
You know, Moffat County ended up having a lot of offense today. 419 total yards, 273 of those on the ground, 146 in the air. They completed 8 of 15 passes. They had that one interception that was given right back to them with a fumble right away, but you know, Brush really did get lucky. Smersina was their leading rusher. He had 129 yards on 14 carries. But in his first 4 carries, he had 80 yards. When you combine Hadley, Lloyd, and Hildebrand, who were, 3 of their top offensive players, you combine their first 4 yards, or first 4 carries apiece, and they only had 25 yards offense with those guys. So
right.
Brush really got lucky that that Smersina didn't get the carry a lot more, because things could have been different in the first half. At any rate, they completed 8 of 15 passes for 146 yards. Their leading receiver was Gerber. Kincaid had 2 catches for 48 yards.
All right, Bee Digger Player of the Game is brought to you by Cargill Beef, committed to feeding the world in a responsible way by reducing environmental impact and improving products and processes. Learn about Cargill's story of commitment at Cargill.com. We could have had 4, maybe 5 players of the game, but we don't have one for this game, Dave. Too many contributions, especially from 2 players, to limit it to just 1 player of the game.
I agree. We have 2 of them. B.J. Hirschfeld, huge impact player at the very beginning. He had 2 big receptions for a total of 73 yards. He also had 45 yards on the ground. Also had some huge defensive plays. One of them was the big sack/stop in the first half that kept Moffat County from gaining any kind of momentum. And so you got to look at B.J. Hirschfeld as being a player of the game with all that offense that he was able to accumulate. Then you look at Maltos Garcia, 120 yards total offense, 82 in the air and 38 on the ground. Both of those guys just did the job offensively and defensively today.
Without a doubt. Let's go through the rest of the numbers, because Shaver had a huge first half before he was injured.
Right, 198 yards total offense on 20 carries. So he was able to really shell it out there in that first half. But I wonder, remember we made that comment about that hard hit he took right in his thigh above his knee. And when that hit happened, I'm not sure if that wasn't the play that put that deep bruise in there. Because as soon as I saw that, I thought, oh, my God.
And he kept playing after that.
Yeah, and I was just glad it wasn't me, because I would have still been laying out there for sure. But, that was those hard hits that you take in that meaty part of your leg. Sometimes that's tough to recover from, and I hope that's all it is. But at any rate, Hirschfeld ended up with 45 yards on 4 carries. Garcilaso had 4 carries for 13 yards. Peterson came through in the second half for the team with 37 yards on 8 carries. Aaron Williams had 2 carries. One of those was a touchdown for a total of 3 yards. Like I said, Maltos Garcia had 38 yards on 6 carries, 82 of those in the air. His 2 receivers were Shaver for 9 yards, and then Hirschfeld had those 2 catches for 73 yards. Brush ran 49 offensive plays. Moffat County ran 65.
Unofficially, 835 yards of total offense, 75 points in the game. The Bee Diggers were on the right side of the scoreboard, winning 48-27. And, Dave, it's going to be even much harder next week at home against Bayfield.
Bayfield brings that option game to town, and they love to just pound the football at you. And, we've experienced that, and it's so frustrating. But I'm anxious to see how we do here, because, here we are, the number 3 coming out of our league, almost to number 4. We played the game of our life last week against Eaton. we end up getting to come down here against the number one team, here in the Western Slope on the north side. I'm anxious to see, how we compare to the Bayfield team, when Moffat County and Bayfield both have common opponents, and the scores are pretty competitive compared to this game. Even though this score looks competitive, it really wasn't that competitive.
Right, the Beat Diggers have made the playoffs 14 consecutive seasons, and in 13 of those 14 years, they've reached at least the state quarterfinals, and that's the thing once again for the Beat Diggers. They've done it here on the road, beating Moffat County by 3 touchdowns. They'll host Bayfield coming up next Saturday. Should be a 1 o'clock kickoff on 1010 as well as KSIR.com. As always, preceded by Beat Digger Blastoff with replay to follow. If you're listening live, the Colorado Prep Scoreboard Show will be picked up in progress. The replay coordinator is Alec Creighton, sound engineer and producer. Another fine job by Rose Condas. For Dave Urig, I'm John Beltran. The final score once again in this opening round Class 2A state playoff game from Craig. The Brush Beat Diggers 48, the Moffat County Bulldogs 27 on 1010 KSIR and on the World Wide Web at KSIR.com.